two fellas from Kansas and a whatever from Indiana
are looking for the signs and into the stars for the perfect pair of motion pictures.
out there.
A couple of flicks, 3 corn-fed cinephiles, otherworldly connections.
This is the Midwestern Crop Circle Double Feature.
Yet another movie podcast. Rest in peace, Belatar! Welcome to the Midwestern Double Feature. No, wait. Midwestern... Midwestern Crop Circle Double Feature Podcast. Hi, I'm Zay. And here we are excited to announce our favorites of the year 2025. The ups, the downs, sideways. We still don't know what's in the Epstein files.
We do know, however, on this day, Nicole Kidman is officially legally divorced.
Oh, you see her curls? She's got the curls back.
I did see that.
She said, I'm a free woman again. I don't have to live in Tennessee no more. No, nothing. Okay. Hi, I'm Christian. This was my idea. I now have golden locks. They're golden. You can kind of see if I do this. A hint of it. I play the harmonica now. I like long walks on the beach. And yeah.
I'm Brett.
So,
Hello.
oh, yeah. Hey.
Did I say I'm Zay?
Who knows? You know, Brett offered me the chance to go see a movie recently, and I didn't know when he was going to go see it, other than a day. And I was like, I'm okay, because honestly, didn't have the time. I was getting my hair done that day. And then afterwards, he just said, yeah, I was fine. And like, didn't know when he saw it. I'm assuming he came up to see it. We both live in the state we were born in. Like, I don't know. That
Where's
was
the
the last
story
time
going?
I don't know.
This is slander. This is slander.
He picked the most randomest of days. So, that's it.
January 30th?
December
January?
30th.
Or December 30th? It's been a long month already.
It's lemon. It's January 6th. Wow. All right, let's get to it, or are we still small talking?
I mean, we got a lot to cover today.
We
That's
do.
true.
Where are we starting?
It says here on Brett's little introduction thing,
Oh,
top
yeah.
5 film discoveries.
What's the order? Who's going first?
Nose goes. Oh, it's Brett.
Okay.
I couldn't tell.
Okay, now let's rock, paper, scissors for who goes second. Go and shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Damn.
Okay, I go
Good
second,
job,
I
Christian.
guess. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. Well, I'll kick it off with my top 5 film discoveries of
Well, first of all, we're gonna do a little small talk here. Wait, no. I just want to ask, how was 2025 for y'all's movie discoveries? Like, in retrospect.
Discoveries or the year?
We'll do each one. So let's
Okay.
do the discoveries
I like that.
first.
I really like my top 5 a lot. It was not hard to come up with. I think I watched 4 new 5-star movies to me this year, which was low. Usually it's at least double that. So I had a lot of like 4.5-star movies I liked. But yeah, this was definitely the easiest it's been for me to come up with a top 5 of all the years that we've done this.
I feel for me, I watched a majority of mine at the very beginning half of the year. And then kind of like didn't watch in the second half of the year. And I don't know why. Like, a lot of the stuff that I watched in the second half of the year was meh. But like the first half was like, oh, this is good.
If anyone knows my watching habits, I'm like a truffle pig. I'm going at full speed the whole way. So I had a good year of discoveries.
Did you see that post I sent you yesterday, by the way?
Which
Where it was
one?
like somebody who watches 1,000 movies can't be absorbing all that information.
Oh, yeah. I did see that.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, I looked. We're similar hours. You just don't log short films.
I don't.
I log short films, and that's why it looks like that.
Interesting.
Hmm.
For a few years there, I was like, just tell me the movies you watch. Don't tell me the shorts.
I will say the other thing that was different for me is that this was obviously the year that we stopped doing our previous podcast.
Mm.
So, like, normally I would have 5 or so years where I watched a lot of movies from those years that were new to me, and that would inform some of the list. This year, the only year I had for that really was 1955, but then I did my own 1995 challenge because it was the 30th anniversary. So I watched a lot of movies from that year, which was a great movie year. So a lot of my picks this year come from those 2 years, or at least a few of them.
And these are your picks.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Presenting Brett's picks for the top 5 discoveries of 2025.
Okay. Well, I'm going to start with the 5 that just missed the list. My quick honorable mentions. To Be or Not to Be, 1942, I think. Casino, new Martin Scorsese movie for me. Marty, 1955. Kurosawa's High and Low, which I watched in preparation for Spike Lee's movie. And Wes Anderson's Rushmore, because I did an Anderson marathon this year. Okay, getting into my actual list. Number 5 is a film from 1995. It's directed by someone that we have recently discussed on this podcast, Carl Franklin. He was in the Alf Christmas special.
Oh.
He directed a movie called...
Zay's like, whoa, wait a minute.
My impact.
He directed a movie called Devil in a Blue Dress, which is a really cool like neo-noir film. Not really hard-boiled detective, but kind of like private eye movie with Denzel Washington in the lead role. Really cool movie. It has a lot of the hallmarks of that genre, but it's all through the lens of black characters. And Don Cheadle is amazing in his supporting role in this movie. He would be my personal best supporting actor winner for 1995 after watching all those movies this year. Number 4 is a film from 1955 from director Jules Dassin called Rififi. It's a French heist movie. Dassin was actually an American director who was blacklisted, and so he went to France to make films after that, and this was one that he made there. Really cool heist film. Some of the hallmarks of that genre as well, and really, really interesting movie. Number 3, I'm keeping it in the heist film genre. A film that I surprisingly had not seen up to this point, also from 1995. It is Michael Mann's Heat. Sometimes you hear about this movie, and like most people who have seen it talk about it, and they're like, oh man, this shit fucking rips. It's awesome. And then you watch it, and it's all true. This movie is so much fun. Al Pacino, Robert De Niro. There's a scene where they are just like, they only actually have like a couple scenes together, but when they do, it's just you just see two titans clashing. Really, really well shot movie. Great editing. Val Kilmer passed away this year. He has a really great supporting role in this movie as well. I'm a bit skeptical about the sequel that's coming out in the next couple years, but Heat is an awesome, awesome movie. My top 2, this is where it really got difficult. My top 2, you could probably go back and forth with these two being my number 1. As of right now, my number 2, also from 1955, is Douglas Sirk's All That Heaven Allows. One of the most beautiful movies I've ever seen. It looks stunning. The actors are stunning. And it has a really, really beautiful romantic pairing that was so unique for that time, while also having really relevant themes of like getting down beneath kind of the underbelly of this proper society and suburban life in the 1950s. And really, really love that movie. Love Jane Wyman and I love Rock Hudson in it. So good. Now, my number one, if you had given me like 500 guesses of what my number one would be this year, I still probably would not have come up with this movie. I did not plan to watch it. It wasn't really one that totally piqued my interest. But David Lynch passed away this year. And so I watched a few of his movies earlier on. I also watched all of Twin Peaks, and that includes my number one, Twin Peaks, Fire Walk with Me from
Wait,
1992.
whoa. Hold up. Hold the fuck up. When did you watch Twin Peaks?
Pretty early on in the year.
You said nothing.
I did. So I specifically remember Zay, because you watched The Return last year, right? Is Zay still here?
Zay's gone.
I'm pretty sure in our episode last year, Zay mentioned that they had watched The Return, and I said, oh, I'm starting season 1 of Twin Peaks. And you were both like, oh, good luck with season 2.
Interesting.
So it just never came up after that, I guess.
I mean, I remember Fire Walk with Me enough. I liked it, so.
Yeah, I love Fire Walk with Me. It's one that I loved it when I first watched it, but when I think about my number one, this is the movie I watched this year that has stuck with me most, devastated me the most, and I can't get it out of my head, even to this day. I think I watched it, I don't know, in like September or October or something. But devastating movie, beautiful movie, has some of the Lynch hallmarks. It's the history behind it is so interesting because it was so hated for being so different from the series, but I absolutely love it. I think it's a masterpiece. So that's my list.
There you go. Okay, my top 5. My honorable mentions, though, include Central Station, from Brazil, directed by the same director as, oh my god, what's the one from last year from Brazil?
I'm still here.
That's the one, and it stars her mother, and she was nominated for an Oscar and is really good. Yeah, also super hard to find because I tried to, like, list where all these can be found that I have, but I couldn't find this anywhere. So, try library. Mine just happened to be a TCM recording, so TCM does show it every so often, but yeah, good movie. Another honorable mention is Snoopy Come Home. Yes, that's Snoopy, like the Peanuts. They do have movies, but it's a very, I don't know, it's an emotional movie. Snoopy goes to see his old owner. Charlie Brown was not his only owner, and she, like, wants Snoopy to stay with her, and so it's all like, does he stay with Charlie Brown or does he stay with this little girl? So, good movie. Cabaret, now, not like the 1972 version, but because this podcast recognizes filmed on stage productions now, or television shows as well, in 1993, Sam Mendes directed a cabaret production in the West End. It was filmed. It's very dark and very haunting, and I went to see a production of it this last year in New York City. And this particular production, too, has been popping up on Twitter just because of current political stuff. But that can be easily found on YouTube. It's so good. My next one is Murder by Death, which is kind of like a Clue type whodunit comedy. It's very comedic. There's some racist bits to it, but you know what? And then finally, a movie called Household Saints, which I hate you both for not watching this. But directed by Nancy Savoca, and this can be found on Criterion or Canopy. It is so good. It has Tracy Ullman and Lily Taylor and a very beautiful Vincent D'Onofrio, like beautiful. And as somebody who grew up in the Catholic Church strongly, I was so connected with this movie. Like, it barely missed my list. It's so good, though. Okay, so my number 5 is A Simple Plan, directed by Sam Raimi, and it's on Canopy, and I cannot stop thinking about this fucking movie. I hate that Arrow only has this on 4K, because we all can't afford a 4K player, okay? Like, I will buy it someday, and just have it sit. It is so good. It has Bill Paxton, R.I.P., Billy Bob Thornton, and Jennifer Jason Leigh. Kind of a Fargo-esque plot to it. Meets No Country for Old Men with like money taken and consequences and stuff. It is so good though. Like I was shocked. This is a Sam Raimi movie. And I just remember watching it the entire time with Toby. Stuff happens, and I'm like, "Ugh, it was just supposed to be a simple plan." So, great movie though. It's on Canopy. My number 4 is Ball of Fire, directed by Howard Hawks. And I'm like shook. I've never seen this, but like it was hilarious. It was cute. I adored Barbara Stanwyck and Gary Cooper in this. And just the supporting cast too. I was watching this and I was like, this would be a great double feature with ... because I won't tell you all. That'll be maybe some other time. But that is a very easy movie to find on Prime, Tubi, Canopy, Criterion Channel, YouTube, surprisingly, and Hoopla, for those of you who have Hoopla. My number 3 is a movie that Zay also has seen. It's called When the Wind Blows. So, I got into nuclear war this past year. My number 1 book was Nuclear War, a Scenario. I listened to Ed Helms had an entire nuclear war podcast. I watched A House of Dynamite, the Catherine Bigelow movie. Like I was in it for nuclear war this year, okay? And When the Wind Blows, it's an animated movie from 1986, so 40th anniversary this year. It is haunting, it is terrifying for an animated movie about 2 old people who are like preparing for nuclear war. And when it does happen, what they have to go through, it's just like, it was emotional. I did not expect to be that emotional about it, but it just hit me hard because I think it's an animated movie of something like I've never seen before. Other than like Grave of the Fireflies, I don't remember Grave of the Fireflies that much. It's been a decade plus, but this is like the British version of that, okay? But great movie. It's on Prime, it's on Tubi, and it is on YouTube.
It's a Raymond Briggs production, so it's got a very similar art style to The Snowman.
Oh, the book?
Well, yeah, or the special. Either
Oh,
one.
okay. And then David Bowie has a song in it too.
Oh, that's true.
Right?
That's another,
Yeah. It's great though. Like nuclear war. My number 2 is a movie called Bunny Lake is Missing, which Toby and I just like happened to catch on a TCM day. And it is another kind of mystery of a little girl who goes missing and everybody's trying to find her. Everybody's being accused of things. Otto Preminger directs. It's from 1965. Really good movie. Lots of nice twists. Really good ending. Bunny Lake is Missing. And then my number 1 movie is yet another nuclear war movie. And it is coming. Oh, and Bunny Lake is Missing. You cannot find it anywhere. So, but this next one is found on Canopy, and it is coming out on Criterion Collection in February. And y'all were like gagged when you saw Killers of the Flower Moon coming out on Criterion in February. But right underneath it, I felt more feelings for, oh my God, for this particular film than Killers of the Flower Moon, because I was like, fuck yes. It is Lynn Littman's 1983 masterpiece, Testament. Okay? And it is, once again, nuclear war happens in the United States in just a small town, and they're cut off from society, but they're impacted by the fallout of everything. And it's literally just showing what happens to each individual person. And I mean, obviously, with nuclear fallout, there is a lot of deaths, but the way that it goes about telling you how these people die is so terrifying and yet so heartbreaking. I'm like, this is a fucking masterpiece. I also changed my personal director winner for 83 to Lynn Littman just because of how everything is presented in this movie. But yeah, Testament, it's coming out on Criterion. I want it so bad. It's so good. And I think if When the Wind Blows is terrifying because it's 2 people, this is terrifying Yes, but this one is more sad than anything because you get to see the impact of these people, and it's a family. A young Kevin Costner's in this movie too. So, yeah, Testament. Again, Brett was like, Killers of the Flower Moon, and I'm like, but Testament's right there. So,
Killers doesn't have a physical release until now.
Yeah.
It's on that damn Apple TV.
Any excuse not to go to Apple TV, for the love of God.
I canceled my Apple TV. Once
Same.
Coda came out on Blu-ray, I was done with it.
I did it for a second. I think I bought something and they're like, here you go. And I'm like, I guess I'll use this for 3 months. And I think I used it twice.
No, all 5 movies that you mentioned are ones that I really want to watch. So yeah, great list. Did you watch Threads? That's another nuclear one I hear about all the
No,
time.
and I needed to.
I was literally going to bring that up because I watched that
No,
in
that's
2024.
that's one that I keep forgetting about. Like I've seen The Day After and everything, but Threads is something that I need to see.
Threads is one that I watched and I was like, this is amazing. I don't need to watch it ever again. It was just a punch in the gut. But yeah, I was out for a second. I remember Brett saying he started Twin Peaks. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Brett, have you ever been to the restaurant Twin Peaks?
No.
Okay, liar.
Once I knew that there was like a show, I thought there was like a show themed restaurant. I'm surprised it's still open. It's like right off the exit.
Oh, it is popping out here in the city of the state where I was born.
All right. Runner-ups. A movie called Scarecrow in a Garden of Cucumbers. It's a movie starring Holly Woodlawn. Campy, fun. My favorite quote is, Richard Nixon is a lesbian? I didn't know that. That's on YouTube.
What's funny is you say that, and tonight my friend was telling us about presidents, and I just said, I dated him, and she said, who? And I sent this picture of Eisenhower crossing his legs.
Oh my God. And then I finally watched Looking for Mr. Goodbar after the passing of Diane Keaton. That is
Which, by the way, you just had to tell me she died at the Walmart.
Hey, I needed to tell you before you found out in a different way.
Brett told me Sondheim died when I was making tamales, so...
Well, at least you had a cushion to break your fall. But that's on Archive. And then I saw Kurosawa's Ikiru for the first time. That was lovely. That's on Criterion and stuff. I got to see the 4K restoration on a theater screen. Then a lovely Japanese movie called Supermarket Woman, basically about a woman who gets hired to help a supermarket that is struggling. It's on Criterion. And is this a Russian film? No, Czechoslovakian. It's an animated movie, but it's like stop motion and it's made with glass figurines. And it's it's called Inspiration. I don't know if I said that. It's like 12 minutes long, but it's like you watch the 12 minutes, you're like, I don't know how the fuck they did this. It's beautiful. All right, so my top 5. Number 5, The Friends. It's a Japanese film from director Shinji Somai. And it's just a lovely coming-of-age movie about these 3 kids who adopt an old man. They think the old man can't take care of himself, so they go and visit him every day and try to help him clean up his yard. And at first he's not into the idea, but then it grows into a really beautiful friendship. Then number 4, a movie called Still Life from Chinese filmmaker Jia Zhangke. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I learned once and then I forgot.
This is the Caught by the Tides director, right?
Yes. But this was his film from 2006, and it's just like a really sweeping, just like time lapse of China, of just like what the past is like, and then like like the present is like just coming full force of just like trying to destroy the past to make way for technology in the future and stuff, and just poetic drama stuff that I really love. And then number 3 is a Spanish movie called El Sur, by Victor Oriche? I don't know. It's by the same guy who did Spirit of the Beehive. Um, asterisk on that. That may be coming up in a future episode. Wink, wink. But El Sur is about a girl who grows up like worshiping her father, basically thinking he's like magical and has all these powers. And then she's like growing up and slowly realizing that he's just a guy. And like just like a really like a true coming of age movie. And I really loved it. It's just very quiet and very beautiful. That is on Criterion, I believe, yes. And so is Still Life. No, Still Life is not on Criterion. I don't know how you can watch it. And then I saw the Edward Yang movie, E. Classic. Never saw it before. Another coming of age. And just like a family story of just intertwined lives. It's very long, but it's very worth it. Y-I-Y-I is how you spell it for those who don't know
Is
out there.
is Still Life Italian?
No, it's Chinese.
What year?
2006.
Also, how do you pronounce that one that you were just talking about?
E-E.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know until someone else said it, and I was like,
I'm
okay.
uncultured. I see the poster, I say yai.
Oh.
I also
Oh.
say, damn, that's long.
I
Yeah.
said yee yee.
Oh, aren't we sophisticated, Mr. University?
Well, is it yee yee or ee ee?
E.
Yeah. So I was still saying it wrong.
You can rent Still Life from
Okay.
like various platforms.
That makes sense. So yeah, very long, but very worth it, honestly, I think. And then my number 1, very different from all of those, is Todd Solondz's Happiness. Have either of you seen Happiness?
No, but I'm familiar because like the image of the poster.
It
Same.
is a movie that made me say, holy shit, every 5 minutes. It is like so not PC, but in like the funniest way of just
Not PC, you say?
yeah, just like literally one of the storylines is a man who is a pedophile and his son is upset that his father is not interested in him.
Oh,
my God.
to watch this.
I found it on YouTube. It had a weird, I think like someone AI upscaled it or something, but it's also in the Criterion collection.
I was going to
now.
say, it just got a release last year, I believe.
Yeah, I got it with the last sale. But yeah, it's delightfully upsetting.
I've seen that movie referenced a lot lately, and yeah, people always say the same thing along the lines of like, holy shit. So I'm curious about that one for sure.
You can
Well,
watch
that's
it
always
on
fun.
You can watch it on Reddit. Because I put Happiness 1998 watch online, and it's Reddit, and it's the full movie.
Oh, well, what do you
Wow.
know?
There you go, y'all.
All right. Up next, we have our bottom 5 of 2025.
Let's go reverse order this time. Oh, wait, I'm still in the middle of it.
No, Brett first.
Fine.
Okay. All right. Well, it's funny because a few weeks ago, or maybe that's like a month ago at this point, I asked y'all for like some bad movies you watched this year because the bottom of my list was not looking that bad. And it's gotten a little bit worse since then. I would say one movie brought it down significantly. But my number 5 worst film of 2025 is probably my most disappointing movie of the year, and it's Ballad of a Small Player. So this is the new movie from Edward Berger that he made for Netflix. It's his follow-up to Conclave. And it came out, and I feel like people forgot about it
I didn't know he
instantly.
made a new movie.
Yeah,
I heard the title, I think, once. Tilda's in it? See, that's how bad
Yes.
it. When Tilda is in it, I had no idea.
yeah. Well, I think like it premiered at festivals to a very muted reception, and they were very quickly like, we have Frankenstein and Train Dreams, and even Jay Kelly were like, yeah, we're gonna ditch this. It's about Colin Farrell as a gambler in Macau. So I was like, fuck yeah, that sounds awesome. That sounds exactly like my type of movie. It's not good. The narrative is so dull and messy. Colin Farrell is doing what he can, but he can't save it. So can't recommend that one. Number 4, Captain America: Brave New World.
Lord Jesus, that movie.
Literally nobody, and I mean nobody, asked for a sequel to The Incredible Hulk in 2025.
And called
Here
it
we
Captain America.
Yeah. Number 3, another disappointment for me. And this really shocked Zay when I saw it. But it's Ethan Coen's Honey Don't. I really like Drive-Away Dolls. A lot of people don't like the movie. I think it's really funny. Really enjoy it. I will defend it. This one, I went into it expecting to defend it. I cannot. The plot is just so manic in a bad way to me. I love Margaret Qualley. I don't think this role is best for her. I think it would have actually been better if her and Aubrey Plaza switched roles in this movie. And I really don't need to see Charlie Day deliver the same 5 lines of dialogue 5 different times in this movie. It's just a major misfire by Ethan Coen, unfortunately.
A movie I think is just okay.
Number 2, A Merry Little Xmas. Because every year you got
you were so happy saying Francesca Scorsese's in this movie, and then you ended with "Don't watch this
different movie.
Oh, never mind. Whatever.
That one wasn't quite this bad. This is the new one this year from Alicia Silverstone. She's in it, and it's like a Hallmark movie that got put on Netflix. That tells you all you need to know. I felt bad for her, but it's not good at all. And number 1, not just the worst movie of 2025, but the worst movie I have seen in a long while. A movie so bad that it makes me nervous about the future of cinema. This movie alone, I watched it last night, a Minecraft movie.
Chicken Jockey!
Just an absolute, just tragedy of a movie. Like, it's so unfortunate that this exists. It's so unfortunate that this is the slop that exists for kids. We got shit like, Babe, stuff like that. This is like the Space Jam of 2025, and that people are like, it's made for kids. You got to keep that in mind. Kids deserve good shit too.
But
I'm tired of that excuse.
But you have to understand, though, the what is the word I'm using? They can't focus on something for so long. As the resident teacher of the group, okay, they can't focus for long. This film let them focus on something for like 2 hours. Also, I went to see it.
That's a skill issue. That's a skill issue from a filmmaker.
I went to see it in theaters before the chicken jockey throwing the popcorn thing everywhere was happening. Nobody laughed. I went opening night. Nobody laughed.
It's not funny at all. And I'm sorry, I really love Jack Black when he's working with someone like Linklater and he's in the right role. I'm sorry.
You say that as if he does that often. His last movie was Anaconda.
I'm just saying, like, when he has the right role, I really like him as an actor.
Oh,
He's
lost
bad here.
We've lost the Jack Black we know.
Right. If you look at his filmography before Minecraft, like he's only been doing voiceover roles.
I mean, once he sold his soul, like to throwing his bandmate and good friend under the bus for making a Trump joke, just so he can keep his little paychecks.
In my defense, I have not seen a new Jack Black movie since probably 2015 or something. So until Minecraft.
Did you
So-
not see the Super Mario Bros. Movie?
Oh, yeah, I did see that, I guess. That's true.
As resident teacher here, okay, Jack Black's very popular amongst the kids.
Actually, Brett, you saw
Yeah.
Apollo 10.5.
Wow.
He's in that? I
He
don't
Brett,
remember
is.
he's
being
the
in that.
lead.
He's a grown-up
he?
Stan.
He's the narrator.
That's not the lead. The lead is the kid.
You're a fake Linklater fan.
Whatever.
Clearly, I'm the Jack Black aficionado because I have seen Anaconda. I have seen Dear Santa. I have seen Kung Fu Panda 4. I have seen the Jumanjis. And by the way, Jumanji's getting a sequel this year.
Okay, but Christian, why are you saying those things like it's an accomplishment?
But yes, a Minecraft movie was terrible. And might I also remind us, the worldwide box office was $958 million.
That's what concerns me. That made it worse.
I do not
See-
remember Jack Black being in Dead Man Walking.
He is. He like shows up in the last like 30 minutes and it's like, whoa.
Yeah, he's in Mars Attacks. That's always funny to see him in that. Because he gets killed. This is the Jack Black podcast.
Oh, God help us.
Okay,
Move
is that your
on.
number one
Next.
worst? Okay, it's
Yeah.
me. All right. My number, well, there's going to be one in here that you two are going to just obliterate me, but I don't care
I already knew it was
because-
coming.
because I have morals. So.
Morals.
My number 5 is a movie called Hell House LLC Lineage. Because Zay knows this, my favorite subgenre of horror is...
Oh, found footage.
There you go. And Hell House LLC is a very great found footage franchise, okay? The first one, the second one, third one's fine. The fourth one, wonderful. It's a whole different spin. It's great. They all connect. Hell House Lineage, I was excited to see it. I could not see it in theaters because for like the week it showed, it was part of like you can't use your AMC pass. So I was like, whatever, Shudder, it'll happen. Went to see it on Shudder. It is not found footage. They've switched it up. It's a narrative feature. It is also boring as fuck. It's terrible. Why take something as great as these found footage movies that I love and make it into a narrative non-found footage movie? I was disappointed as a fan of this franchise to see this. I'm glad Zay walked away because my number 4... Brett, do you need to go get something?
Nope. I'm staying.
Okay. My number 4 is Die, My Love, a movie that made me
Wow.
consider death in the theater myself. I hated this movie. Toby asked me how much longer is this movie, and I was like, about an hour. I've wanted to walk out of a few movies in my life. This almost did it for me. There's already a film called A Woman Under the Influence, which is a masterpiece, coming out on its own Criterion re-release this year. God, it's 2026. But yeah, this is just, I wanted to die watching this movie. So that's that. These two thought it was like a spellbinding masterpiece of epic proportions. They thought it was like, if they could compile a list, it'd be like Vertigo, Die My Love, Citizen Kane, like the top 3 there. I don't know. I must have had some acid reflux watching this, but it didn't do it for me. So there we go.
Jennifer Lawrence should win Best
What
Actress.
movie were we talking? Were we talking about Wicked for Good?
Shut the fuck up. It was Die My Love. All right. Number 3 is a movie that I think Brett saw, but it's him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Which I'm not like a sports person. I like a sports movie, not football though. So
Oh,
I was
the movie Him. I was like, you were referring to. I thought you were saying Brett was in the movie, and so I was like, wait, which actors are we comparing to Brett? I forget.
Yes, he was. He was him. I didn't understand this movie at all Like I don't know what it's about. It's football. I think it's selling your soul to play football. Men just need therapy. I mean, that's what the moral of this movie is.
Isn't
And
that
also,
like most cinema?
for most
True.
people, and I highly doubt we have any like macho football players listening in here, but like it's not that serious. Like playing sports is not that serious. Like I'll give it to the Olympic people. Yeah, it is serious for y'all cuz you're going for like a gold, right? But like, oh, I'm a college athlete playing at like whatever university, going to be in the NFL. Dude, hundreds before you have also done that. It's not that serious. And that's what this movie's trying to be. So, disappointing movie. Number 2, speaking of sports and disappointing people and ugly people and people I just can't stand and me wanting to die while watching it, it's The Smashing Machine.
Oh.
The best scene in this was Emily Blunt taking a gun and putting it to her head because you're like, what the fuck are you doing, girl? Do
Wild
it.
scene.
But I don't know who this movie was made for. I don't understand why we needed to know about this man. He's not an interesting man. Dwayne The Rock Johnson is not a good actor. I loved for the brief minute there was like, he's going to get an Oscar nomination. Where he at? Because he got nothing, nowhere. Okay.
People
And
didn't see the
like,
movie.
Yeah.
that's true. And there's a rumor that because he's not shown in the Moana live action trailer, it's because he didn't want to associate himself with that while he's going through an Oscar campaign. But that's
Fair.
non-existent.
Honestly, fair. Like,
So now they can show him. All right. But yeah, no, I hated this movie and I hated it the second it started. Because I was like, I'm gonna give this a chance. But then I saw his face and the prosthetics and I'm like, I'm out. I'm out. So
At the movie theater I work at, we showed it for 2 weeks. We didn't sell enough tickets to fill up our big theater for the entire 2 weeks. Like,
my
if every person who bought a ticket went to the same screening, there would still be seats available.
my dad walked out of it because he said it was too violent. And I watched the movie and there's like hardly any scenes of violence in it.
you know, you mentioned the Emily Blunt scene. Strange year in movies of characters who randomly put a gun to their head when there's been like no indication that's coming beforehand. Between this and Avatar Fire and Ash. I saw a still of that on Twitter the other day and I was like, oh yeah, that happened in that movie.
Like even she is not
Weird
good in it,
narrative
which is
choice.
unfortunate. Yeah. All right. And my number 1 movie is it's a movie that I think Toby and I both mutually agree this is the worst of the year. But it is a movie called A Big Bold Beautiful Journey.
Mm.
Okay? I'm about to take you 3. You 3, I mean you 2. It's my split personality. I guess the dog is here. All right. Anyway, I'm about to take you on a journey. So the trailer of this movie, one, is super annoying. It starts out as Colin Farrell and Margot Robbie, driving, and they find a red door, and the music gets dun, and you're like, uh-oh, they're gonna go through like a portal to hell, and they open the red door, and they're like, what is that? But no, it's a movie about like what their lives were and why they're meeting up here and stuff. But it's not just that. It's also a movie that is so fucking boring that Toby fell asleep through bits of it. And normally when he's closing his eyes in a movie, I'll nudge him, I'll wake him up. But this, I was like, I'm gonna let you rest.
We'll let you.
Like, I envied him for wanting to close his eyes and I could not because I had a Coke with me. So I was drinking that. I don't
Bump
remember
the
if I got a
bat.
popcorn for this one, but I should have. But like, absolutely boring ass movie. I mean, there's a scene, and I don't care if I'm spoiling this, where Margot Robbie goes back to see her mom dying. Okay, that's a hard topic for me. But in this, I'm just like, pull the plug.
Oh my
Like,
god.
because I did not give a fuck. Like, I hated this movie. I don't even know if I had expectations for it. I think maybe I did a little bit. But even like, yeah. Yeah. This I don't recommend it. Our friend who went with us, I was like, so how was it? And she was like, it was okay. I'm like, girl, no, it wasn't. You're just lying to yourself.
That's another one, because Kogonada directed it.
Yeah.
That's another one where, like, similar to Ballad of a Small Player, another Colin Farrell movie, Rough Year, where, like, people were excited about it, and then they watched it. And I heard very few good things about it, and I hated the trailer. It turned
played
me off on
every
it.
single movie. And as you two know, we use that pass religiously and go like once a week. It don't matter what genre it was, every fucking movie showed that trailer.
So now, my bottom 5. Number 5, a sequel to a movie I quite like, and I watched it the whole time. I'm like, why the fuck did we make this? Other than to go on vacation. It's Another Simple Favor.
I thought you were
No.
going to say Medea's Destination Wedding.
No.
Which, by the way, would have also made my list as well. But there was, I laughed.
And then another sequel to a franchise I love so much, and to see it die with a whimper, The Conjuring Last Rites.
Yes. A movie that took Brett like 2 months to go see, and I was like, it's going to be on HBO soon. He's like, I have to go see it in theaters.
Support the movies. Maybe not that one.
No, okay, but you know what bothered me the most out of everything? That's like, it's a bad movie, sure. Why was the lady from the first movie at the daughter's wedding?
Yes, that drove me crazy.
Did you not notice that everybody from every single movie was in it?
Well, yeah, you're right, but I don't
She
know.
stuck
She's the one I recognize the most.
You mean Lily Taylor?
It's Lily Taylor,
Lily
yeah.
Yeah.
They
even had Vecna, not Vecna. What the fuck's the nun's name? Valak.
Vecna. Number 3, sequel to a 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 beloved movie. Jurassic World Rebirth.
No!
Oh.
No! Disagree!
Yeah, well.
It was so fun!
I disagree. A movie I don't think either of you saw. It was by the girl who did Fresh. Remember that movie Fresh?
Yes, with the guy.
Yeah, well, she did another movie called Holland with Nicole Kidman. And
I've seen the poster.
Stunk to high heavens.
Wait, no, because I was on my Prime account that Zay also borrows with their own little login credentials. And I sometimes go on there and it was like, you want to continue watching Holland? Because you watched Holland, here's your recommendations.
Well, it did not know that I was not having a good time. And then number 1, already said, but Captain America, Brave New World. Jesus Christ. I'm not a huge Marvel fan, but even I will admit that I watch them because they're watchable. Not that one.
It's rough.
And the whole thing is like, you have to watch all these fucking shows to understand who these people are.
And it's not even like you have to watch the show that just happened, because that one I was just like, because I kept looking up things from Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I was like, oh, it must be from this, and I was like, oh, everything is a reference to The Incredible Hulk 2008.
Oh,
I watched the trailer today to Doomsday that they released, and there was Professor X and Magneto, and I was like, didn't you two die at some point?
a few times by now, surely.
But I guess Sir Patrick and Sir Ian, they said that check's here, I'll take it.
Hey, good for them.
And Sir Ian yesterday was like, hey, I'm going to be in the new Lord of the Rings spinoff.
He deserves so much better.
He does. The other funny thing about that, because I saw that today too, it ends with James Marsden's Cyclops. And I'm like, who out there has an attachment? Who out there has an attachment to James Marsden's Cyclops?
You'd be surprised.
Oh, do you?
I liked him.
Yeah, but you're not like,
he's
oh my
fine.
God, he hasn't been in a movie for 20 years. It's time.
I will say, when he popped up on screen, my reaction was like this. It was like, Didn't he die?
It's like the whole Channing Tatum, like, Gambit thing. I'm like, I think
Yeah.
3 people wanted that, and you're just, like, running with it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm happy for Channing Tatum, but even then, I'm just like, I don't think he, like, thinks this is a passion project. I think he just wanted the paycheck.
100%.
All right. So now we get to the meat of it.
The reason we're here.
Everyone's top 10 favorite films of
Oh.
the year of our Lord, 2025.
Evil dies tonight.
What did we agree on?
Something boring.
I said we could change it.
I want to do chicken jockey.
I do not want to do chicken
No.
jockey.
Could do 6'7".
Double veto.
I am 30 years old. I'm not saying either of those things.
6'7".
I put maybe that's the real punk rock.
I like that. That's
Christian,
a movie
any other
you
suggestions?
like, Christian.
I thought you would like it.
The vote's 2-3. That's fine.
This is how a democracy works.
I guess I'm Venezuela.
Well,
should we explain how that works for people who haven't listened to our previous podcasts?
So basically, if Brett's number 10 is my number 7, I say, maybe that's the real punk rock. And that means Brett has to shut up until it's my turn. But it could still be Christian's number 3, and therefore he can say it in return. And we have to wait even longer. All right. We ready?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm ready.
Brett, go.
Okay. Before I get into my lists, I want to mention a few films that you're not going to see on mine because I haven't seen them yet. But I really want to, and they may jump on after I actually watch them. So first up, Be Gone's Resurrection. Heard a lot about that one. Heard it's really good. Park Chan-wook's No Other Choice. Really looking forward to that one opening around here.
Or you could come over to my apartment and we could see it because I also have the DVD.
Perhaps. I feel like it's going to be a great theatrical experience. It looks like that type of movie.
Oh, I thought you were saying, I'm afraid that you're going to set me up. Welcome to my house of horror.
His last movie did not work for me at all, but I am looking forward to checking out Bradley Cooper's Is This Thing On.
I thought you were about to say Decision to Leave didn't, and I was about to leave.
Oh, no. Decision to Leave is a masterpiece.
Okay. I was like, what are you talking about?
No, yeah. The Perfect Neighbor, the documentary, haven't watched that yet.
So good.
I know. Testament of Ann Lee hasn't opened around here yet.
Okay, I was going to bring this up because I listened to Katya and Trixie, the podcast, the drag queen podcast, The Bald and the Beautiful, right? And they're talking about movies, and Katya brought up, she went to go see The Testament of Ann Lee, and she was like, Mama, that movie was boo-boo, it was so boring. And I thought of you, and I was like, I'm bringing this up tonight.
Lovely. Hedda, the Tessa Thompson movie. I've heard really good things about that. Haven't gotten around to yet. And Life of Chuck, which seems pretty divisive, but I'm curious. So
literally within this podcast, I told Christian, I was like, I think you'd like it. And then he was like, fuck you? What the fuck? Do not ever talk to me again.
Is that my voice?
Yeah.
That's another movie where Toby and I sat there and I went, how much longer is this?
I imagine you said the same thing about my number 10 pick.
Okay.
Which is The Phoenician Scheme by Wes Anderson.
That movie, when we watched it at home, I more so went, you don't need to pause it. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'll be back.
So as I mentioned, I did a marathon of Anderson's movies after watching this, and I like all of his movies for the most part, but there are those that I really love, and I haven't really loved a movie of his since The Grand Budapest Hotel. And this movie reached heights as close to that as he's made since then. I love Benicio del Toro in this movie. Plays a guy named Zaza Corda, which is just an awesome name, who's like this industrialist who has this big idea to kind of reinvent Phoenicia and the infrastructure there.
What the fuck's Phoenicia?
I have no idea. It's mentioned in the movie.
It's like Mesopotamia kind of thing.
See, the fact it took both of you time to
Why
keep
does it
going.
matter?
You went to college. You know you're supposed to look up things, words you don't know.
Anyway, it's partly it's on the surface film about that, but it's much more so about a guy who is a bit morally corrupt and has not done a whole lot with his life aside from just make a bunch of money, and is trying to leave something while also trying to reconnect with his daughter, who he gave up for adoption and is looking to become a nun. This one it felt bigger in scope. It was funny to me. And like any Anderson movie, it looks great. It's really beautiful. Love the way it's shot. There's this sneaky emotionality to the central character. I just love the idea of having something beneath and beyond the facade of someone who is like this. Wes Anderson, pretty much all of his movies are about dads in some ways. And this one, even though it's not on the surface, I found very emotionally effective in the way it's all drawn out between Del Toro and Mia Threppleton, who is actually the daughter of, who's her mom? Kate Winslet,
Kate
right?
Winslet.
Kate Winslet. Yes. So she's really good in the movie too. But yeah, this is one I did not expect to be on my top 10 when I first saw it, but it's one that's really stuck with me and I like it the more I think about it. So
That's a
here
lie.
it is.
That's a damn lie.
What?
You knew it was going to be on your top 10. You two need to
I
explain
gave
to
it
me.
4 stars when I first saw it.
You two need to explain to me what a comedy of Wes Anderson's is nowadays, because the last like 3 or so movies I've not laughed once. Like, what am I supposed to be laughing at?
It's just it's little tongue-in-cheek things like the very first scene of the movie, his assistant gets blown in half in a plane crash. And the
I
way
saw
it's
that on
presented,
Twitter though, so that was spoiled for me. Next.
well, that's your fault. There's a scene where I can't believe I didn't mention that Michael Cera's in this movie, who is like the most Wes Anderson actor ever. And the scene when he shifts from being a tutor to we find out that he's like a secret agent, there's a like dramatic shift in the character, and the way he does it is just so funny to me. It's little things like that that really work for me.
I liked it. I had a good time. It was one of those where I watched it and I could not talk about it now. But in the moment, I had a good time.
We'll take that.
Every time I see it at Walmart, I point to it and I go, "Look, Toby, it's the funniest film of the year."
Your number 10?
Oh, it is me, isn't it? Okay. All right. My number 10 is Frankenstein. Okay. Directed by Guillermo del Toro. It is his adaptation of the classic book by Mary Shelley. I don't think it's not like the 30s version, it's the book version. I love Del Toro. I defend that man. Um, yeah, I don't know. There's not that much to say because you probably know the story at this point. The production design of this is like top tier. Jacob Elordi, who's the monster, and he just won the Critics' Choice at the time of this recording. Like, wow, that's surprising. But like, he's really good in it. Like, I actually felt for the monster. I liked the shift in perspective because for the first half of it, I'm like, okay, so is this all going to be told from like Frankenstein, the doctor, Oscar Isaac's point of view? And then the monster's like, let me tell you how I got here. And then they switch that up, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's nice. I got to see this in theaters, which is also really fun. Um, because some friends of ours moved back to town, and I was like, let's go see it. We went to the Screenland, and it was pretty much packed. But yeah, it's like a really good experience to see a Netflix film on a screen. I got to see 2 Netflix films in the theater this past year, one of which I don't want to talk about. I'm sorry, Ryan Johnson, but he didn't do it for me. But yeah, no, I really like Frankenstein. It had heart. I felt for the monster. Or I guess in this case, he's labeled as the creature. So the creature. But yeah.
I saw Jay Kelly in the theater. I will not be talking about Jay Kelly. I like Frankenstein though. It was really good. We showed it for 3 weeks at our theater, and it's Easily the top 5 grossing movies of last year in
I'm
only
still
those 3
waiting on that
weeks.
list.
You won't like number 1,
What's number 1?
Friendship.
Oh.
Nice. Love that. I liked the Jacob Elordi stuff a lot more than the Victor Frankenstein stuff. I thought that outweighed it quite a bit.
You weren't excited by his bush, so I get it.
Our good friend John did not like this movie.
We can't call out the few people that listen to us.
It's called I want him to comment so we can get some comments.
It's true. Still coming up empty on those.
All right. My number 10 is an animated film. It is an independent animated film called Boys Go to Jupiter. And it takes place in Florida. Basically it's just a bunch of kids. It's the first day, I think it's like the day after Christmas, or it starts at Christmas. I think it's the day after Christmas. But basically they're like, we need $5,000. And so one of the boys is just like, I'm just gonna make a bunch of like, it's kind of like DoorDash, but it's not DoorDash because it's like copyright. But he's like, I'm gonna make $5,000, and then suddenly he finds himself at like a weird laboratory with like weird uh I don't know if that's a spoiler. Maybe I won't say what's at the lab because I didn't know going in. I won't say. Anyway, it's just a very cute coming of age. Like the animation is kind of lo-fi-ish. Um and it's like very laid back. Brett, I think you would really like it. I think you would like it's very like hangout nature. And Christian would also like it because it's an animated film. But it's also really funny. Like I laughed
Wait,
a
what's it
lot.
called?
Boys Go to Jupiter. Um and Vinegar Syndrome, I think, or like one of their partners just released the disc for that. I think you can rent it though, which you should. You should support independent movies.
Cool cast.
Yeah, no, the cast is insane of like who's who. Scott Colascola, Eva Victor, Chris Fleming,
Julio Torres.
Janine Garofalo.
Brett, do you know who Colascola is?
I do.
Oh, okay.
You mentioned O'Mary a few times.
Oh, that's true. Fabulous play.
But yeah, very nice. Very good movie. Everyone should see it.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. All right. So my number 9. Christian mentioned the Smashing Machine. That's not my number 9.
Oh, Lord.
So fortunately, the other Safdie also made a movie this year, and it is Marty Supreme
Oh, my
from
God.
Josh Safdie. I know.
Christian, do you like movies?
Okay, but the funny thing is I didn't hate Marty Supreme. I gave it like 3.5. It just, I don't know, it was long for me. And I was like, is his last name Supreme?
Oh, my God. It's the Marty Supreme ball, not the Marty normal ball.
Go.
So I love Uncut Gems. We know this. I really love the direction in that movie, and that style kind of translates to this as well. It's very high energy. I didn't feel it was long. I thought it was really quick moving, but it is kind of a Murphy's Law of a movie. It's about this character who
Pause.
wants to
Can
be.
you explain what Murphy's Law is?
What can go wrong will go wrong.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, I thought that's what that was.
So Timothy Chalamet playing this lead character who wants to be a world champion table tennis player and make a lot of money and bring it to popularity in the U.S. It's basically about a young guy in the 1950s living in New York who has an insane amount of confidence in himself and a lot of unchecked ambition. And in his pursuit of greatness and having this tunnel vision, he hurts those that care about him. And it sounds kind of sad in that way. And in some ways it is, but it's also just like really entertaining. I like Timothy Chalamet as an actor. I've never really understood the buzz. You know, I'm much more into like Josh O'Connor or Paul Mescal. I think they're like the recent actors who have come out, and I prefer them. But I think this is Chalamet's best work, and I do think that it's a great movie for him in this moment and just who he is as a star. And I think Safdie is really good at that. Like, if you think about Good Time and Uncut Gems, those feel like movies that were written for their stars. They really tap into something that, Robert Pattinson and Adam Sandler, respectively, were really good at. And I think he's doing the same thing here with Chalamet. So I had a great time with this movie. And yeah, it's one that I would definitely look forward to watching again at some point.
It was fine. Like I said, I felt it was a little too long. Timmy is insufferable, like as a person.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
turns me off on that. I liked Gwyneth was in this.
She was good.
Yeah, there's
It was
like
good
I
to
don't
see
know,
her.
there's a lot of things in this that I liked. Like I like the entire plot of the dog that he like inherits accidentally and stuff. But then I'm like, okay, where's this going? Yeah, I don't think he could beat Forrest Gump in a ping pong competition.
Probably not.
Just saying. But
It'd be
it's
a hell of a
like
match, though.
I don't hate it is the thing. And I don't know. I think I would have had a worse time in the theater because I got to see this as a screener at home. So was able to like pause it, get food, all that. So, but yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah. What
I
I will
like
give
movies.
Chalamet what I will give Chalamet is that the movie star stuff is real. Like, people are interested because we're talking about big movies at our local, cinemas. I saw this at Liberty Hall here in Lawrence, and for a new release, it was probably the busiest movie I've ever been to there.
Oh, yeah, it's been doing very well for Can. We've been playing and we have table tennis, competitions that have been
That's
doing
Be-
pretty
cool.
well.
because of
Love that.
this.
Yeah. What why else?
Just all the all the bros lining up.
Eleanor the Great,
Just
uh,
all the bros lining up.
kinda, yeah.
Do you notice that like
Dykes?
are there
Yeah,
a
I
lot of
noticed Dykes.
I'm trying to phrase this correctly. Are there a lot more men who show up to this movie than women?
No. I mean, I would
Mine was
say
pretty even.
couples, but even so, like, no. There's
Because Brett always gets the "it's a sausage fest" text from me when there's a lot of men in our movies.
no. I would say our audience is mostly even. The
Okay.
only time I ever noticed it is, like, something like Seven Samurai, that was a lot of men. But for the most part, no. Our audience is pretty down the middle.
And just a few times I've been to like Screenland, which is like our can, it's been more men than anything.
But I've noticed, like, even, like, older people are coming to see this movie. Because I'll be
Mm.
like, "Oh, are you saying Hamnet?" They're like, "No, Marty Supreme." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, sorry."
Good for them. They can live.
They can live. But I have not seen it yet myself. I'll get there.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
It is.
Okay. My number 9 is, what did I say? Nuclear Holocaust.
Oh my god.
It is Catherine Bigelow's A House of Dynamite. Okay. This movie is based on the book Nuclear War: A Scenario. There's no proof of that, but you cannot tell me that that book's publication last year led to this movie, which is the same exact fucking plot. Okay? Down to like, we don't know what country set the bomb off. All right? I'm like, this is an adaptation to me. Anyway, the movie is about a country sets off a nuclear bomb. It's heading to the United States. It's told in three different perspectives. One is the like defense in Alaska trying to stop the bomb. One is kind of Central Command with Rebecca Ferguson, who's trying to get more information of like, what do we do next? If we send this up, will this work? Will this fail? And the third is Idris Elba as the president of the United States and how he has to quickly, and I mean quickly, respond to what is happening. It's more so you know that the bomb is going to hit Chicago. It is labeled as Chicago in this, and then it's like, what do we do, the United States next? And it's also presented in the. I'm also going to keep referring back to this book because again, it's not a coincidence here, but in that book and in this, it's presented as okay, if we the United States retaliate, will we just set off a chain of events of dominoes falling and it's the end of the world? And that's kind of what this movie is presenting as well. I found it terrifying. Um, because you're seeing the more the governmental aspect of it, while the other two that I talked about for like my favorite discoveries were the human everyday citizen aspect of things here. Um, I know the ending of this movie gets a lot of controversy because they're like, well, what happens next? But honest to God, I think that's the fucking point of you
Yes.
don't know what is to come. Like, yes, we know that, and spoiler alert a little bit here, but we know that this bomb is going to hit a city. Okay, we know that. What we don't know is what happens next. Like, does the president of the United States send a retaliation? Do we not retaliate? Yada, yada, yada. That's what the question Bigelow proposes here. And I love that ending because it's left so much of a question mark because that's how the shape of the world is. The world right now, it's a big question mark on things. And similar to the book, Nuclear War, a Scenario, I mean, it presents that too. A big old question mark at the end of things. Um, but yeah, I loved it. I think that this was my like honestly probably my number one horror movie of the year because this kind of topic is, I mean, it's a real life situation that could happen at any point. But yeah, I liked it. I don't think anybody really talked about it much just because it was a Netflix release. But it's Catherine Bigelow's like return after, God, she did Detroit in 2017. So it's like that's the last one she made. So yeah, yeah, there you go.
I remember I got an all caps text from you the week this came out, and you're like, Catherine Bigelow made a movie about nuclear war and it's coming out this week. I was like, Merry Christmas, Christian. This is, yeah, I had a feeling that you would like this and it would end up on your list. And I liked it too. I agree on the ending. I find it very strange that people have so many issues with it. I feel like it's mostly the same people who wanted to see the bomb drop in Oppenheimer. And I'm like, just admit you want to see people get blown to bits for some reason. I don't know. It's strange, but
I mean, it's
it's
kind
about
of
the process.
right. It's weird because like if you think about Doctor Strangelove, which is like one of the most renowned films ever, you're seeing the bomb drop, but you don't necessarily see it hit or anything. And then it's like the montage at the end of multiple bombs. So it's like, well, what's happening here? Like, we don't always need to see the thing. And that's
Yeah.
weird coming from me who likes to see the thing for a lot of movies because they will tell you that I'm always like, well, why didn't they just show this? Why didn't they do this? To their point of, don't you like movies? Like, yes, I do. But sometimes you don't need to see the thing.
Yeah.
My problem was not the ending.
I didn't know you saw this.
Yeah, you asked me about it. You talked to
Oh,
me about the
okay.
ending. Christian, where's your memory? Maybe that's what we should be. Long conversations, and you're just like, wait. But no, my only problem was the tension is so tense for the first 15 minutes, not
The
15, but
tension is so tense.
shut up. Uh, but like the tension is very good for that first segment, and then it just restarts the clock, and then I'm like, oh, am I supposed to feel the same amount of tension come up again? And that just didn't work as well for me.
I really like Tracy Letts in this movie too. Like very simple role, but like he comes in and he's like talking about the baseball game the night before, and he's like, "Oh shit." Good cast.
What was that? We should have a game movie? I would love to talk about a game movie. My number 9 is A Nice Indian Boy,
Mm.
which is a lovely little film that came out this year. I don't think it got too much attention. Like the release wasn't very big. It's on Hulu now.
I'm fairly certain it was here for like a week.
Yeah, we had it
Same.
for like 2 or 3 weeks because like we were like the only theater in Indiana showing it for a minute. Um That's what someone told us because they, like, drove, like, an hour and a half to come see it. And they, like, called us to make sure that we actually were showing it. But, it is a Nice Indian Boy starring, uh, Karen Sony, who is famous for, like, the Deadpool movies, a couple other things,
I
and
always forget he's gay too.
mm, and Jonathan Groff, also gay. I didn't know this is based on a play. Yeah, because I was, like, looking it up the other day and, like, play stuff, like, came up. But it's a very nice movie, just, like, about a gay Indian boy who finds, uh, a relationship with this man who just happened to have been adopted by Indian parents, and so he kind of drops to his parents that he's marrying an Indian bo his parents are like his mom's pretty okay with him being gay, the dad's very avoidant, the mom is, like, hilariously, like, overcompensating to the point that she, like, puts on Logo TV. That's so funny.
Have you all
Um,
seen what Logo TV has become these days?
I mean, she put on what was it, like, Daddy something or other?
Logo TV nowadays is literally Will and Grace and RuPaul reruns.
No, that makes sense. Um, but yeah, and so basically it's just like your general romantic comedy of just, like, different funny, insinuating things, meet the parents, etcetera, etcetera. But also just, multicultural, 1 foot in your homeland country, 1 foot in America. Very good. I like the whole thing. The mom is played by she's, like, actually a stand-up comedian. It was, like, her first acting role. Um, she's one of my MVPs of the year. I love her so much.
This is a very pleasant movie. We rented it, and like the next week, they're like, "It's gonna be on Hulu next week," and I was like, "Okay, god damn it." Um, but no, it's a really nice movie, and I highly recommend it. It's on Disney Plus. Forget Hulu, watch it on Disney.
I don't think it matters. It's the same company.
So you can show Disney the gays.
I really liked it too. I
You
had not heard of
saw
it.
it?
I did. I
I need to go on your page more.
There was a trailer for it at Liberty, and I was like, "Oh, that looks really good." And same thing, it was here for like a week, and I missed it. Yeah, I find the parents really funny. The Logo TV stuff. Isn't there a scene where like he's sitting with the dad, and the dad literally says, "We put this on for you because you're gay." And it's just so funny. I like the portrayal of the lead character because he's a very quiet and like nervous guy, and the stuff with his sister is really interesting too. So good
Yeah,
movie.
his sister who wants to get a divorce, and that's been seen as, like, the real taboo subject of the film.
Um, I learned this now, but the director Roshan Sethi and Karan Soni, the star, are like married in real life.
Oh,
Oh,
there we go.
that's cool.
I
Yeah.
think I knew that.
All right. My number 8 is, I think my favorite directorial debut of the year, Eva Victor's Sorry Baby.
Maybe that's the real punk rock.
Love it.
I was about to
shall
say, we've
wait.
not said that yet at all. Okay, my number 8 is one that I was like, wow, I wish my mom could see this movie. But it is Celine Song's Materialists. Okay, wow, y'all hate love, I guess.
Sure fucking do.
Wow. Lee found dead, I guess. Damn. Starring my least favorite actress in the world, Dakota Johnson. I don't think she can act at all. And saying something that this is her best movie. Okay. She brought down Ellen, which I told myself last year, God, I miss Ellen. There's nothing to watch at 3 o'clock. I don't like Kelly. I learned that my grandpa loves watching Kelly Clarkson. Anyway, okay. So Dakota Johnson is like a matchmaker in New York City, and she falls for Pedro Pascal. And at the same time, her ex-boyfriend, Chris Evans, in a non-Captain America role, comes back into her life and stuff, and she kind of has to figure out, who do I really love? What is love? All of that. And it's like, it felt to me like a 90s, 2000 rom-com. I mean, I don't think it's a com that much. It's like rom-co. I'm not like hooting and hollering with the laughter or anything, but I felt so much like I just love what's happening here. I love that Dakota Johnson is actually giving me something. Um, her web connected us all at one time. So now she's trying to connect everybody else's webs together. But no, this is great. I saw this in a sold out audience, and albeit it was a small theater, but like even the the handicap accessible seats where you put a wheelchair were sold out. Somebody came in the chair and occupied the space, and I was like, this movie is popping. Okay. Um but yeah, no. Also, this is an interesting experience for Toby because the girl that sat next to him brought in like a Chipotle bowl
Oh no.
and and like ate it next to him, so he was
Oh
smelling that.
no.
Somebody in the audience also had a pizza that we could smell, and then
Jesus Christ.
we could also smell like the
Wow.
bathrooms because our theater was like above the bathroom area, so we could smell that. So there was a lot of sensory overload with that too.
And you still like the movie.
I was gonna say, what if this is actually your number one and the theater experience just like knocked it down?
I honestly think that this probably is. Let me think. This might be my best theater experience of the year, just because of the sensory overload of everything.
No, that would be a night. I'd be like, I gotta go. I'll retry.
But like as Toby said, hold on, Toby. He can't hear me. But like she had a full-on burrito bowl and chips and everything. And we're just sitting there watching Dakota. And it's like, yeah, materialist. But this movie is so good. And like, I don't know, Celine Song. She's now directed 2 movies that I liked. I like this one more than Past Lives. So
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So yeah, there you go, materialist. I say it like my mom would have loved this because I think she would have. Because, like, romantic movie.
I really like Celine's song. I think people should be nicer to her on Twitter. I'm really excited to see what she does next. But I did not like this movie. I'm sorry, Christian.
I also was not a fan of this movie.
Haley divorced this man.
But yeah. My biggest gripe, regardless of anything else, it's that like plot with the client who gets sexually assaulted where it just trigger warning for people who haven't seen it just in case too. But I just found that to be really weirdly handled.
I
And
will
it
say that part felt like it was written to just add some filler into it too.
Sure. And
Yeah.
it just felt like it was handled very weirdly, and I did not it just took me out of anything that I had anything in, like but I like Pedro Pascal pretty well in it. I think he was my favorite part of the movie. Even I liked his, like, bonkers kinda, uh well, that'll be a surprise for you guys who haven't seen it, but overall, no, I did not love this one as much as I loved Past Lives.
Wow, you two hating on love. It's crazy.
Do I have a love movie on here? Mm, mm, maybe not. I just did a nice Indian boy. That's what you get.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true, Brett, that wasn't on your list.
I was just confirming that you have a movie about love.
Okay, thank you. Alright. My next film is I have to look at the director's name because I can never remember it.
That means it ain't on any of our lists.
Shut up. Well, also because there was more than one movie with this title, and I needed to make sure people know it's not the one directed by a pedophile. Um, it is Dracula by Radu Jude.
Who's the
He
pedophile?
oh, The Fifth Element, Leon Professional, that guy.
Oh,
Oh,
Luke.
He
Luke Besson.
Yeah, Besson.
Is that?
I'm more interested in that. Hold on.
Oh my god.
Go on.
Anyway, um, Radu Jude is a Romanian, whatever, director. He got a lot of attention last year, the year before, for Do Not Expect Too Much from the End of the World.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
a movie I like, Bad Luck Banging or Looney Porn. But this time he decided to have a much shorter movie title. The movie is quite long, it's almost 3 hours. Um, it's his take on Dracula, but while he is interested in Dracula itself, he's more making fun of people's reliance on AI and to like the movie industry at that to want to try to make AI scripts and AI special effects, etc. To the point that he does use AI in this film, and that's my like one strike against it because it feels like he uses it as like a joke at the same time as like critiquing it. So it kind of feels like having your cake and eating it too. Uh, but this movie is just very like if you know his filmmaking, you know he's very like uh subversive. Like this movie is very ugly to look at, but even so, whenever the AI is off the screen, you're like, "Oh, I'm so glad we're not looking at that anymore and we're just looking at a plain set." And I think that was part of the purpose of him just being like, "Isn't it better when we're just looking at people doing something on the screen?" Um,
So is this the plot is Dracula?
Kinda. Basically, the overarching is like this guy is a writer for movies and stuff, and he's like, "I have a pitch for Dracula," and he's like asking an AI bot to rewrite Dracula for him, and like he's like, "Make it sexier," or he's like, "Make it some like other things," and all that. So it's like kind of a meta text in there of just like different layers of storytelling. It's 3 hours long. I've never heard so many dick jokes in a single movie. Some
Well, like
visual.
Romanian dick jokes.
Yeah. There is like one of my favorite segments is a woman, her crops are not corn, and she like reveals that dildos have grown in her farm. And then she just starts selling dildos. And yeah, it's a whirlwind, and I loved every chaotic second of it. It's like maximalist cinema.
Why can't I find this anywhere?
Um, I don't know. I wonder if you can rent it at this point. Probably.
Yeah, you can rent
Raduch.
it for $6
There you
on
That's
go.
not bad.
Apple TV.
Oh, we don't have that anymore. Thanks for nothing.
You don't need a subscription to rent movies on there, though. You just need an Apple account.
Oh, okay.
It's $1 more expensive on Amazon, which is why I say that. So, yeah, when you said the director's name, I knew I recognized the name, and I saw the movie he did last year, which is very interesting. So,
A movie that I appreciated more than liked. I
yeah,
don't know. He's a very specific
same.
flavor, but he's like done enough that I'm like, I'll watch anything you do now because I'm like, you're fucking crazy. I love it.
Well, my number 7 is The Mastermind by Kelly Reichardt. So this is actually kind of similar to Marty Supreme in some ways, in that it's about a guy played by Josh O'Connor with some unchecked ambition who takes actions that hurt others, even though, he claims to love them and they love him. But it's about this guy who lives in Massachusetts in 1970, and he puts together this plan to go rob 4 paintings from his local art museum. And this is he's not, uh robbing, a major museum. He's not robbing the Louvre. um, but So it's very small scale. It is what you would expect a Kelly Reichardt heist movie to be. It's not
So
a ton of action.
slow
It's slow. This is
and
not
very
Heat,
tiresome.
perhaps, depending on the viewer. But what I find really interesting about it is that it's never really stated why he's doing this. This is not the lead character. Josh O'Connor's character is not a big personality. It's never, it's not that he's like necessarily doing this for money. He is a former art student, so you can tell like when he goes to get these paintings, he has an appreciation for the art, which creates like a really interesting scenario because he's the one taking them. But yeah, he's just an interesting character. He's not likable, but he's not like upfront unlikable like Marty Mauser and Marty Supreme either. I really like this movie because it's set in the 70s. It feels like something made in the 70s. And that early 70s into the 60s anxiety is kind of woven into the fabric of the movie and the lead character. And it kind of comes together in an ending that I won't spoil because it is very surprising. But I think it's maybe the most bold ending of the year.
I love the
I did
ending.
not. It's so good. I did not expect it at all. It works. It fits within the context of the movie. The movie also has a really great jazz score.
Agreed.
There are a lot of great scores this year. Some I'll talk about in a little bit as well. But this was one of my favorites, and it was a really good experience for me because with Reichardt, I've had a weird journey with her. I first saw Certain Women in 2016, and that's why I need to rewatch because I did not like it, but I also don't know that I was ready for her style of movie. First Cow, I liked but didn't love like a lot of people did when it came out. But then I watched movies like Meek's Cutoff and Showing Up, and I was like, I don't know why, but something is starting to click with me here. Now I've reached the point where I'm really excited for whatever she does next because I really loved the vibes with this one, and Josh O'Connor is terrific in it. One of his
I
3 really great film roles this year.
I went through her filmography this year because I was invited to talk about First Cow at Can, and I was like, I want to be knowledgeable because I love First Cow. The movies I had seen previous to that I didn't love, minus Wendy and Lucy. But then I revisit them and I appreciate them all in a different way. Um, Mastermind I liked. I didn't love it. But there's many aspects I really liked about it, and I think if I rewatch it someday, I think it'll grow on me more. I thought it was like the weird child of her movies showing up and Night Moves. Night Moves is an interesting
Mm.
movie. That's one people don't really talk about much. It's with Jesse Eisenberg as like an eco-terrorist.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one, but I've heard of it. It sounds interesting.
I didn't see this.
I don't know that it would be your speed,
I
but
don't think it would be either. You know what I finally watched? I watched Zay's favorite from last year.
I saw the TV glow.
Mm-hmm.
and you
Did
loved it.
did your TV start glowing?
Nope.
There's still time. Oh my god. It's the trans ghost getting you now.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay. My number 7 is
Oh my god.
it's Weapons. Nobody? Oh, you all are heartless. Oh my god.
That was a good year. I can't put them
Okay.
all into the top 10.
Honorable mention for sure.
Okay, so Zach Krieger directed Barbarian, which is like I love showing that movie to people who aren't familiar with it at all. Like I showed it to my aunt, and she's like, "What the fuck is this?" And now he's directed Weapons, which is in part not. There's a lot of grief happening in this movie.
Did
Okay,
Toby poison you?
I don't know. There's a lot of grief happening in this movie. For one thing, Jesus, Zach Krieger's friend. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm taking a drink here.
Yeah, recover.
Okay, we're good. All right. For one thing, Zach Krieger's friend, Trevor Moore, who was an actor from a comedy troupe called The Whitest Kid You Know, which is kind of crazy because, like, When I was young, I remember seeing that on IFC channel when IFC channel was good. But anyway, he wrote this in part to kind of deal with his grief of losing him. He died a few years ago, which up until Weapons, I did not know that he had passed. And like I said, I'm familiar with like The Whitest Kid You Know and who Trevor Moore was, and I was like, oh shit, he died. I had no idea. So anyway, I think everybody kind of knows the plot to this, but at 2:17 a.m., kids disappear from a classroom, and the teacher's like, what the fuck? And me as a teacher, I'd be like, oh, thank God I have the day off. But no, everybody's trying to find the kiddos. And what happened to them. It's told from multiple different perspectives too, which I absolutely loved. I don't know if a lot of people did or not. Like I never read up on that because I don't care. It's my opinion. But I like that each individual adult character and then like the main child, who is the only one who doesn't mysteriously disappear, has like their own storyline within this. I don't really want to spoil what happens because it's kind of crazy. And it was kind of my shocking, like, the substance moment because I didn't know what the substance was going to be about. And I think the reveal in this, I didn't know what it was going to be about. So, yeah. But another friend of mine who watched this did not like it at all. And when I asked her why, she was like, it was just weird. I'm like, what does that even mean? She really did not have a good explanation for this. She doesn't listen to the podcast, so we're good there. But yeah, this is Weapons. Winning a lot of critics awards for Amy Madigan in her iconic role of Aunt Gladys. I don't want to say who that is because you have to see this movie. Like it is very good. And it's not I don't think it's a scary movie at all. A lot of people are going to be like, "Oh, it's a scary horror movie." It's not. I've also been trying to get a couple of friends of ours to watch this, but they're like, "Oh, but it's at school and it involves kids." I'm like, "It's not about what you think it's about." Because naturally, kids disappearing from a classroom, they're going to think it's about that. Anybody? Do you kind of understand? I don't think there's moments where you think it's about that. Yes, there's metaphors about it, but they're so deep in there that for me anyway, there was never really a moment where I was thinking about that. Because I'm like, I know these kids are gone, but I don't think it's that.
Not the
Uh,
AR-15 in the sky and Josh
yeah,
Brolin's drink.
no. No. I even looked that up on what all that meant, and it's interesting. But yeah, that's Weapons, which I think you both liked,
Yeah,
right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
like my top 25 if I had to, I don't know. Looking at my top films of the year, it's in the top 25, which is just, I don't know. At some point, there's no ranking anymore.
Yeah. It's in my top 20. I really like it. I really like Zach Krieger. I'm curious about going forward because his next movie is like a Resident Evil movie, and I think he said he was like doing a Weapons Aunt Gladys prequel, which I'm kind of like,
Eh.
I'm
keep
like,
doing stuff like this, but I don't know. I'll
I'd
give him a
rather
chance.
you still do original things. I just want original.
S- Same.
Like,
Like, I want him in that, like, Jordan Peele pocket of, like, they just let you do what you wanna do.
Yeah.
like Barbarian will forever be one of the best theater experiences because you go into that movie thinking it's one thing and it's a totally different thing.
And then
It,
halfway through, you think another movie is accidentally playing.
right. And then it's like, I remember because Barbarian was like really post COVID, our theater was empty. But still, it's like the people in there were reacting. And I mean, the people in this movie were reacting too. And this was in a smaller, sold out theater. Like, when I say sold out, I do mean like the AMC that I go to has smaller theaters inside of it. So they're like 90% filled. Like, the only rows that aren't filled are like the first row. So, like, you have to understand that when I say sold out, for the people listening out there, when I say sold out, it's like a good 60 people maybe, which I think is a good crowd because you know why?
Yeah.
They're also quiet.
Especially in 2025. I mean, we'll take that.
But yeah, good movie. I don't wanna say this in a way that sounds like I'm anti Amy Madigan. I'm a little jilted that it's taken this long for, like, a horror performance to get the recognition it deserves.
Again,
Again.
Ruth Gordon's spirit's gonna come kill you.
Well, Okay, I think the statute of limitations is longer than what, 60, 70 years ago?
I completely get what you mean though. Like, where was this for Toni Collette and Lupita Nyong'o and whatnot? So
All right. 7, we're on 7. This is a movie. I said, Christian and Brett, do you want to watch this movie? And they said, fuck you. You little orphan. We have families to spend Christmas with. Why would we
Okay,
want to?
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Why would you think that I had the capacity and the means to watch this when you saw all my videos and all my Instagram stories that I was busy?
Right, and you said, you poor little orphan. We get it. You don't celebrate the holidays like I do. Anyway,
And that movie was Anaconda.
the movie is called Endless Cookie, which I don't know how I learned about this. It was just on lists, I guess, of people talking about this is one of the great movies of the year that no one's talking about.
Okay, pause. This is something
Yes.
I'm always curious about with both of you. You especially, of like these movies I've never heard of like, where do you hear about these things?
Just either A, people I follow on Letterboxd, or B, people I follow on Blue Sky now. It used to be Twitter, but I can't go on Twitter anymore. Not as especially when not this grok nonsense going on right now. Oh, Jesus Christ.
yeah, it's getting rough. It's been rough, but
Okay, on the deal, I can't even get on my porn Twitter now because I'm seeing people be like, hey, take the shirt off this man, grok. And I'm like, what the hell are you people doing? You're insane.
it's so creepy. That's
anyway.
nasty.
Anyway.
Nasty behavior.
That's beyond the point. Anyway, yeah. I just follow different critics on different places, and they're the ones that just show me like weird little movies like this. Maria A. Gates, she's a good resource that I follow.
I like her.
She's a Chicago critic. But anyway, this is called Endless Cookie, and it is an animated biography documentary kind of deal. The thing took like 10 years for these guys to make. They even acknowledge it in the movie. Because what they like, so basically it's like these two guys, they're brothers. One is indigenous, one is white. And it's like a very laid back, like it's almost like a podcast of just these guys talking to each other. But like everyone's animated, they're all like very kooky, very like everyone looks crazy. Someone like Cranium, that's what someone like compared it to, is like that old board game Cranium and like how those characters looked.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like these guys talking about their childhoods in the 80s and growing up on like in like a Canadian reserve and all that, and like the good stuff, the bad stuff, etc. And yeah, and it's just like also just like their lives now as well, and like the children that are around them, because like I mentioned, one of the children is like 10 years old at one point, and then later on they're like the child is like 18, and I was like, you have to draw me different now, I don't look like that anymore. You've been working on this thing for 8 years. So yeah, it's just very nice and very like silly. There's a lot of dogs, like so many dogs, and like all the different ways they drew the dogs too. I really like that. But yeah, very silly, but very nice. Just like hearing these people talk about their lives. And it's just like, I wish a movie like this came out all the time. Of just random guys who decided to make a movie about talking about shit.
They said more men in movies.
This is a true like family event. I'm like looking at the cast list, and there are so many people with that last name listed.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah, I haven't seen
check it out.
this. I haven't seen this.
My number 6 is one that I don't know if either of you have seen, but it's Train Dreams, directed by. Oh, you did? Okay,
I did.
Directed by Clint Bentley.
I have to ask. Do you think I would like this?
No.
Okay, I thought so. Am I gonna have to force myself to watch this come Oscar season?
I don't
Possibly.
think, Christian, it depends. I think this is like a Christian could like this if it hits him in the right way. Because it's
I
like
think
how
there are
you
things in it
are
that you will like.
with what's his name? Who's the director they've been comparing this film to? Shit.
Malik.
Yeah, because you
Oh
like.
Lord.
Well, you're not anti-Malik in every sense, right?
I
Okay.
like Badlands and I like Days of Heaven.
Well then,
It's not like aggressively Malik. You can
Yeah.
definitely see the influence, but it's not Tree of Life by any means.
Okay.
and it's definitely not like his other recent one that you both hated.
Yeah, definitely not. But this is based on a novella by Dennis Johnson, which is like 115 pages. I actually read it after I watched this, and it's interesting to see kind of the different directions they took. There's been a lot of talk on Twitter. Some people are really pissed about this movie, and it's the funniest case of like people trying to make a movie a villain I think I've ever seen, because I think the movie itself is pretty harmless, but it does take some liberties from the novella. I think what this is for me is a really great example of adaptation, because in some ways it takes a different direction, but I think that Clint Bentley and Greg Quaidar, who directed Sing Sing last year, they wrote this movie together. And I think they found something within the material that really spoke to them. I think it comes through quite nicely. But the movie itself, Joel Edgerton plays Robert Grenier, and he is this guy who is basically living in primarily the first half of the 20th century in Idaho. And he works on the railroads and he works as a logger. He's kind of a loner until he meets a woman named Gladys, who's played by Felicity Jones. They get married and have a kid. And it's about kind of their livelihoods and about him going off and having to work in a different area and spend significant time away from them. And without getting too deep into the plot, there are some tragedies that happen. And, Robert Granier's life, as portrayed in this movie, is not a happy one. It's not necessarily that this film is like designed to depress you the entire time, but it's not a happy movie. But while it's doing that, it's also kind of looking at someone confronting the changing United States, the more technological, industrial United States as it was becoming from the late 19th century through the 1960s. This is a really, really beautiful movie. Obviously, films typically look best when they're shot on film, but this is, I think, a really good testament to what good digital cinematography can be. I think they do some really interesting things here. Not just the landscapes, but the way that they shoot some of the logging scenes is like something I haven't really seen before. It really feels like the camera is in accordance with the environment. And this is Joel Edgerton's best performance, without a doubt, for me. I think he's really great in the movie. But I think what stands out for me, and this is where, Christian, I think you might like it, is that despite all the bad stuff that happens in the movie, I think at the end of the day, it's also a movie about how beautiful it is just to get to live a life and to be alive. And those moments can be fleeting. But I think the way it portrays them is really powerful. So, really like Train Dreams. I hope it does well awards season. But if not, still right here on my number 6. So,
Did you just say I don't like life?
I think he said the opposite, actually.
I think I said the opposite.
Did you just say I'm needing to find the joy of life again?
I liked this movie, but I said the same thing in my review. I liked components. It just never meshed together to just give me that like great I'm feeling feelings movie.
That's fair.
But I don't disagree with any of the points you made. Hey, Christian,
it-
do you have a number
is it-
6?
I do. I didn't know. Is it me? Okay. A movie in which Zay did not like at 3 stars And one that Brett did not see, my number 6 is Eleanor the Great, directed by Scarlett Johansson, starring June Squibb, who Zay said, "Wrap it up, old lady. Somebody needs to put you in a cardboard box and send you down the river," with that 3-star review. Anyway, this is about Eleanor, who her best friend passes away, and she moves in with her daughter in New York City, and she's like, "Well, I'm bored." So her daughter sets her up to go to like the Jewish Community Center. She goes, she sees like, oh, there's free food, but what it really is like a Holocaust survivor round table, or they're just there to talk about, what they've experienced and how they went on with their lives and everything. And she is not a Holocaust survivor at all, but she's like, "Oh, yeah, I survived the Holocaust." But in reality, it is her friend who passed away, her stories that Eleanor is telling. And this gets her into some trouble because a young girl, played by Erin Kellyman, who's been in a few movies. Last year, she was, I guess, in 28 Years Later. I didn't know that. Oh, she's in the Bone Temple too, coming up. Oh, that's cool. Um, she's like, "Hey, Eleanor, let me report about your story to my college class." And Eleanor's hesitant, of course. And then it gets into like her dad, who is Chiwetel Ejiofor, is like a TV reporter, and he's like, "Hey, let's interview her." And it's like, oh my gosh, all this stuff is about to happen to her. And I think it really stuck with me because it's all about, grief and dying and remembering people and bringing up stories of those who have passed and stuff. So Eleanor brings up her friend's stories of the Holocaust and her survival because she wants her friend to live on in her memory and her spirit, of course. But I think that hit me the most. I guess I'm an emotional person in that way. So, yeah. Scarlett Johansson directed this, which is crazy to me because, like, you wouldn't think that she's a director. She's just wanting to play a nice Asian woman sometimes, and sometimes a
A
tree.
tree.
Yeah. So, but no, Eleanor the Great. It's very good, and June Squibb is also very good. So she had back-to-back roles of this and Thelma last year. So
I watched this, of course, for June Squibb. Huge Squibb stan. Squibb squad.
you're a
Um,
Squibby.
and like all the actors are doing amazing. I think the script is juggling one too many things because, you already said that she's lying about the fact that she's not actually a Holocaust survivor. And I think there's like very potent themes that they're talking about is like whose stories can we tell, especially if that person's not around to tell their story anymore, which I loved that aspect of it. But then it just turns into well, you were lying this whole time, like third act kind of thing. That I was just like, I don't know if we can recover from this.
The thing is with that too, like when it's all revealed that she was lying, I'm like, she didn't do anything illegal.
Right.
Because like the girl storms off and the dad is like, "You're a monster," and I'm like,
That's the
but
thing is like,
it's like she didn't kill somebody.
and it was like the way she tries to explain herself, and it's kind of just like, if she just, I don't know. Yeah. That's where I was just like, I think the script could have just changed it a little bit to be like, "Oh, we understand why this happened. We are confused, but I think we can understand." I don't know. So that's where I was like, the performances really do it for it. The script doesn't do as many favors, in my opinion. But I will
I will
never
see it at some
complain.
point.
I will never
No, you
complain about
won't.
it. I'll never complain about a June Squibb role.
Brett, did you see Thelma last year?
Yes,
Oh.
I've seen it twice.
Oh
Oh,
shoot, I didn't know
I showed
that.
it to my mom.
Oh,
nice.
Karen, how's she doing?
She good?
There was a lady who came up to the concession stand this weekend. Her voice sounded just like June Squibb's. I was just like, I can't
You
freak
should
out right now.
listen. You should listen to June Squibb on Amy Poehler's podcast because
I should.
it's very nice just to hear like her life.
Everything I've heard so far, I've always like very interested in. All right, my number 6. We go to This year's Palme d'Or winner, it was just an accident from Jafar Panahi. I've been a very big fan of his for a long time now. I saw his movie, This Is Not a Film, a long time ago.
I'm gonna have to pause you here. I have not seen this. Are there
Mhm.
spoilers abound?
No, I will not spoil anything.
Okay, thank you. Because I have it on a screener and I'm gonna watch it. I have not seen it yet.
No, there's not, no.
Okay.
Um, I've been a big fan of his for a while. I saw This Is Not a Film a long time ago before I really, started getting into, international and art house films. But then from that documentary, just learning that, oh, this is an important figure just because he's a filmmaker who got in trouble for making films that his country did not approve of. Um, there's a different, regime, not regime, is that the proper word? Different people in power now. So he's not banned from making films, but he still has to get approval from the country, like whoever's in charge of that sort of thing. However, he does not wanna do that, so he makes his films as a secret still.
And he's
How
also, if he goes back, isn't he arrested?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
not sure what he's up to at the moment, because that was, more recent things happening. Um, so, everyone loves him, everyone supports him, so whatever he needs to do, I hope he does what he wants. Because I think he does love the Iranian people. He wants to represent them. He wants to show their lives on film as much as his government wants to censor the things he wants to make. But it was just an accident. It's his first film in many years where he's not in front of the camera. Um, it's also the first one that's not like quasi documentary kind of vibe. This is just straight narrative. It's a thriller. It's about a man who um he's he works as a mechanic, and a man comes in with a car that needs to get fixed, and is pretty sure he recognizes the man who tortured him in prison many years ago. So he kidnaps the guy and throws him in the back of his van, and then he goes around to different people who were also there in that prison and being like, I'm pretty sure I have the guy who tortured us. And his biggest calling card is he has a prosthetic leg. Um, but it's just a very tense, but also slightly darkly comedic film of just what do you do in this situation of you have all this pent up anger towards things that have happened to you in the past because of your government, and they're basically, is revenge worth it? Like physical violence, is it worth it in the end? Um, but yeah, I will not reveal, honestly, the film itself will not reveal answers to you, but it will reveal, character points to you that I think are very important. And I think that's all I'll say. Most of the film comprised of, amateur actors, like, Panahi, was very sh good about getting just, low key, small things just so things wouldn't be, too buzzed about so that he could do it without the government knowing he's making another movie without their permission. But yeah, it's very good, very tense. And the more you know about Jafar Panahi's personal history, the more you're like, oh, this man is furious at all times, and he's trying to figure out what he's supposed to do with all this anger inside of him.
Yeah, I really like this one. Without spoiling anything, the last 30 minutes or so are unbelievable. Like
Absolutely.
it just insane. Everything leading up to that I liked but didn't love. So I think that's why it doesn't quite sneak up to top 10 territory for me. But it's a really impressive movie, has really interesting ideas, and yeah, the ending is unforgettable. All right. My number 5 is Sinners.
Maybe it's punk rock after all, or chicken jockey, whatever. Who left
Okay.
Snoopy in the vegetable?
All right.
All right, my number 5 is one that Zay was like meh about again. See, we have like difference of opinions here for a lot of things. And one
Makes for
that
an
Brett
interesting podcast.
This is
and
true.
one that Brett, I'm surprised, did not go see with his beloved because it relates to them. It is Eternity.
Mm.
I very much like enjoyed this movie a bunch. I did not think I was going to, but I've now seen it twice. But it is with Elizabeth Olsen, Miles Teller, Callum Turner, Divine Joy Randolph, who is just incredible in this, and John Early. But it is about an older man who dies while choking on a pretzel, and he is not reincarnated. He moves on to basically the in between of heaven and, well, let's say afterlife. We'll say here, um, but as a younger version of himself, who's Miles Teller, and there he's met by Divine Joy Randolph, who's kind of like his agent, I guess, and he has to pick which afterlife he's going to go to. So is he going to spend his time on the beach, or will he spend his time in Paris, on the mountains, in basketball world for Brett there, I guess. But also he's like, well, I went away from my wife. Like, where's she at? She does die pretty fast afterwards. She is cancer, I believe. And she's played by Elizabeth Olsen as the younger self. And he's like, okay, let's go to our eternity forever. But as it turns out, Elizabeth Olsen's character, Joan, also has her first husband waiting in the afterlife for her. Luke, played by Callum Turner, who has waited like 60 plus years for her after dying in the Korean War, of like, hey, you and I are going to now spend eternity together. So this whole movie is now about which man does she have to choose? Does she have to choose to spend eternity with? And Divine Joy Randolph and John Early, they're like I said, they're like agents, they're like angels essentially, but they kind of guide the three too of like, what should you pick? Maybe you should just pick for yourself. No, pick this guy, pick this guy. So it is funny and humorous too, as it is very touching. Uh, my cousins liked it because we showed both of them, and I was like, "What would you do for your two eternities? Would you wait for each other?" And my cousin was like, she looked at her boyfriend and she went, "No." It's like, wow, okay. But yeah, no, I thought it was a very lovely picture, and it's just like it was a surprising one that hit me. I think this and one of my honorable mentions, which is like barely made the cut, that Brett knows about, like very much got to my heart a lot. So yeah.
For me, the movie made my imagination run a little wild with what ifs, and it just didn't have the same, I guess, wants that I did. And then, yeah, it was fun enough. I laughed a lot. Divine Joy Randolph. What a performer. She's so good. I love her so much. I liked all of like the uh place setting, I guess I would call it. Like all the side characters. I loved Karen, the old lesbian. Um and like there's like a million like visual gags throughout the film of just like different infinities and whatnot. I think it was just the central trio where I was like, eh. My favorite was when Lee turned to me and was just about Callum Turner. It was like, I don't think he's that hot. I think, yeah, he looks pretty plain. Mr. Dua Lipa himself.
Brett, why
Uh,
didn't you go see this?
I don't know. I need to see it. It's funny because this is a really cool idea for a movie that, like, I remember as a kid, like, being in church and they, like, you know, or wherever, they talk about, oh, yeah, you die and go to heaven. I had that thought as a kid of, like, well, what if and you got
You
married
went to
again?
church? That's the biggest plot twist tonight.
Sometimes as a kid. We weren't, like, every
see,
single Sunday goers, but
my church would talk about eternity, and that was the first time I ever had a panic attack. Just
Oh,
thinking
here we
about
go. Let me sit down for this story.
no, just like I would just be sitting in bed at night thinking about like, so it never ends? And I'd be like, that doesn't sound nice. That sounds upsetting.
it does sound interesting, though. It is one that I need to watch for sure.
You need to show it to Haley as well.
Yes.
All right, my number 5. It is one we already talked well, we mentioned. We didn't talk about it yet because I
Mm.
told Brett to shut up. It is a film called Sorry Baby. A movie I loved a lot. I saw the trailer and I was like, "I think I'm gonna love this movie." And then when watching it, I was like, "Okay, this is confirmed." Um, so basically the entire film revolves around a singular character, um, played by the director, Ava Victor, whose pronouns are they, them. Um, they, um but the character is she, her. I it'll be fine. Um, but so basically the main character, she is just experiencing depression, malaise, melancholy, all of that to like the nth degree. Her life just seems to have stopped. Like at one point she was feeling good as like a graduate student. She felt like things were heading her like up and like good for her. And then there's an incident. And the incident kind of redefines her life in a way that's really bad, like, she cannot get past it. Um, however, she's also just, like there's, like, tidbits of things in her life that are like, reassuring her things are gonna be okay, and I like those aspects. I also like that this is, like, one of the funniest movies, I think, of the year. I, like, laughed so many times. Like oh, Christian, you didn't laugh when she screams in the middle of the night because her cat left a dead mouse in her bed? I thought something much worse was about to happen.
When she was going for the mouse in the bag, I was like, "Oh, oh my, that poor mouse! She could have just released it."
Oh, that mouse is dead. That mouse is so dead. But, like, she's, like, dealing with, like, her best friend is getting married and, like well, I think she's already there's, like, different timelines, but dealing with her friend getting a relationship, the friend getting married, then they suddenly have a baby, and she's just like, "I don't know if I can relate to a friend who has a baby." Um, and then there's, like, the beautiful scene where she finds the cat. Oh my god. I love an animal movie. This isn't an animal movie per se, but a good animal scene will do it for me. Um, in the same way Lucas Hedges is kind of an animal too, like, cute, take him home. Um, he's I miss Lucas Hedges. He's not a prominent character in this, but he uses his scenes very well. Um, but yeah, and it's just, like, a very nice movie that's, like, very multi-layered and it has, like, a very unique voice to it. Like, I can't wait for what else Ava Victor gives us because they have a style that is so interesting of, like, being so dour and melancholic, but then also just turning around and making a joke that you're just like I know, it really spoke to me in that way.
Yeah, this was my number 8. And yeah, I really like that Agnes, the lead character, like I said, is funny. Like she's this brilliant writer who's like this, brilliant graduate student, but she's also goofy. She's just kind of a goofy personality. And what I really like about the movie is that after this really traumatic event happens to her, you certainly see the effects of that. The film doesn't shy away from it, but at the same time, she still has her personality. She's still the
Mhm.
same person. And I don't think a lot of movies about this sort of topic are that understanding or mature about it. And I really like how it maintains that balance. Great supporting cast, as you mentioned. I love John Carroll Lynch in this movie.
Mm.
He is only there for one scene. He's like 5 minutes total, but it is just the most warm, welcome appearance by an actor in a movie this year, kind of out of nowhere. And he has that really great line where I can't remember exactly how long she said it's been, but Agnes is like, "Yeah, I was having a panic attack because of this thing that happened to me." She's like, "It's been so long. It's been like 6 months." And he just kind of sits there. He goes, "That's not a very long time." And Very simple but very powerful line, and he has a lot of those. And he's so good, and Ava Victor is so good as both a director and an actor in the movie. Um, Also like how it portrays academia. It's very suddenly like a lot of people say. Glad you're not on Twitter, because a lot of people on Twitter are also all of a sudden saying, "Oh, this is a really unrealistic portrayal of academia," and I'm
Oh
just
my
like,
god.
"Stop!" Like it's nerds, but I really like the way it's portrayed. I like how it shows Agnes, and how she exists in that space while all this is going on. And yeah, it's just a movie that is really, really sad, but also warm at the same time, and it finds a really interesting balance. So I loved it.
I also really like Kelly McCormack's character.
Yeah.
She's the one that's, like, jealous of Agnes, and she's always just and she's like, no one likes her, but she's just, like, always there.
Great
Anybody
stuff.
want my opinion?
Yes, this is a podcast.
Surprisingly, I did like this movie quite a bit. So
Good.
I think it's like these, I don't know, these kind of movies has a nice balance of comedy and drama, and it's like, I don't know, it feels real life to me because we have that blend of ourselves of comedy and drama. And yeah, I don't know, like it
Yes.
it made me feel like I was watching a true story, and what happens to Agnes in this is horrible and everything. And she's trying to find the best of her life going forward of like, is there anything, do I have anything going forward in my life? So, but no, I like this surprisingly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
That idea of
the trailer made me really want to see it, but we didn't see it in
same.
theaters. We saw it at home. So,
That idea of like the rest of the world is going on around me and I'm still stuck in this place
Mhm.
emotionally is just really, really powerful.
Alright. Brett, number 4.
Oh, yeah, it's back to me. Okay, so number 4 is the movie that I invited Christian to, and he said nah.
I was getting my hair done quite literally.
It is The Secret Agent.
What time did you go, by the way?
4, I think.
You.
Like 10 after 4.
Oh, no. My thing was at 2. Okay, so I wouldn't have made it.
Yeah, and it is a long movie. It's like 2 hours and 40 minutes, I think. But it's 2 hours and 40 minutes very well spent.
And in Brazilian or in Portuguese too?
In Portuguese.
Oh, Lord
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes. It's directed by Kleber Mendoca Filho. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
You
I'm
mean
not
Critics' Choice Black Carpet Award winner?
Yeah, unreal. Unreal things going on over there at Critics' Choice. I'm not really familiar with him. He directed Bacurau from a few years ago, which I did watch, and I was not really a fan of. But this one, it has some of those elements, but it is different. This is actually a really good pairing with the movie you mentioned earlier, Christian, I'm Still Here, from a year ago. They both take place in 1970s Brazil when the military dictatorship regime was going on. And it follows this guy who's played by Wagner Moura, who I mostly know from Civil War and Narcos. He played Pablo Escobar in Narcos and was really good in that movie. But he's terrific here. He is a university professor who, when we come across him, he is going to stay at this kind of boarding house for refugees under the regime. And it isn't revealed why he's doing this or why he's in this scenario. But it becomes clear as the film goes on. He was a college professor. He had a wife who has died. He tells his son that it was because she got pneumonia, but there may be something else beyond that that might have happened. The movie, I just don't want to reveal too much because the movie really trusts its audience. It realizes we're not stupid and that we can kind of figure things out as we go along. And things are slowly revealed. Some things are never revealed. And what I really like about it is that it shows that under that dictatorship, it wasn't just the military and the government. It was the police. It was the corporations, all kind of working in accordance with each other to, subject people to horrors. Um, But we find out that the lead character does have a hit out on him, so he's trying to survive while working up a scenario where him and his son can leave the country, and we kind of have to see how he goes along with that. This is a movie that defies expectations along the way. Even the title, The Secret Agent, you might be expecting something different than what you get, because I certainly was. But I think it does a really good job of portraying anxieties, fears, feelings of living in Brazil during that time, and just presenting a really interesting character and narrative. And it also has this like framing device towards the modern day, the current day as well, that works in really interesting ways. And things are revealed. There is a moment in this film that really shook me, and it was not in the way I expected it to. And yeah, I just don't want to reveal too much, because it is a movie that you have to sit with and experience and kind of figures things out as it goes along. But really loved it. Glad it's getting some awards attention, even if they're just doing it on the black carpet. But yeah, The Secret Agent, really, really recommend it.
I have not seen it. I meant to see it today, I just didn't have the bandwidth. So I'm gonna try to see it Thursday afternoon.
The bandwidth?
I've had a rough week, Christian.
No,
It is
I'm-
one you need the energy for.
I'm more
I will
saying,
say.
do you have like the screener of this?
Oh, me? No. We're showing it at Can. But only up until Thursday.
See, when you say bandwidth, I immediately assume like your
Oh, I
computer's
meant
running
like
slow.
no, emotional bandwidth, like
See, you gotta use the correct terminology here.
I was like, damn, Christian said mental health isn't real.
Bandwidth, I was like, oh, okay, well, sorry about Indiana's electricity, I guess. Lord. But no, this white boy invited me to this movie and I did not go, so I don't know,
There were
2
like
hours and
12
40
people there.
minutes. 2 hours and 40 minutes, that's a watch at home movie for me. Which is saying something. I'm only saying it because the reading part is hard for me nowadays.
All right, Christian, what's your number 4?
Okay, my number 4 is a movie that you two hate. And I'm walking over here to set it up for you here.
Wait, this is your number 4?
This is my number
I was gonna say
4. Yes.
this is a plot twist.
Look at this though. Look at all of this. We've redesigned this shelf here.
Wow.
For my number 4, which is Wicked for Good.
Wow.
Look at that. And then there's Batman at the end. Okay, so Wicked for Good is the controversial second half of the Wicked movie. And honestly, looking back on it, it probably should have been one movie. I wouldn't have minded because you know what? We all, well, not me, had to sit through The Brutalist with an intermission. My screener, The Brutalist, didn't have an intermission, so it just went straight through. Thank God.
Oh.
I didn't care.
That
I was like, thank
sucks.
God this movie's almost over. But anyway, so yeah, I think we all pretty much know the plot of this movie. Glinda, Elphaba, sing, song, blues, all that. But yeah, I mean, I pretty much enjoyed it. I think the first time it didn't hit me as much because I went in there worrying of like, what is this movie going to do? Because I'm so familiar with the plot. I went to go see I've seen the musical on tour, but I actually got to see it in New York in all of its glory and like, oh my God, an experience. And then the second time I saw it with friends, and I think that the experience there really was what I was wanting for the first time because they were bawling and I was like, calm down. I held a box of tissues in between them and just passed it along for them. One of my friends brought her kids and her kids were crying because mom was crying and it was like just a cacophony of crying. And then there's me and I'm like, I'm not crying and I don't understand why, which I think led to this not being my number 1 movie of the year, which is surprising because Wicked, the first half is like, I'm debating if I put it as my number 10 of all time or my number 11 of all time. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like this movie, and I like it every time I watch it, which is the thing. Like, I understand people's criticisms of it. I think the only time that it's ever looked terrible for me is seeing it in my family's hometown theater, and Zay explained to me that, like, the bulb situation there is probably off. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe, or maybe it's just this movie because everybody says it's ugly. But then I saw Anaconda, and sure enough, it was the bulb situation because Anaconda was also very dark. But yeah, I don't know. It just brings me a lot of joy that I've gotten to finally have, like, my favorite musical become a movie. And yeah, it's kind of sad that it ended with a thud. Um, but I'll always have the memories. So that's nice. I don't know. It just brought me a lot of comfort. I think you both sat and how emotional I was with the first one last year. So yeah, I'm just happy that, it's wrapped up and there you go. Like I finally got this after X amount of years of waiting patiently. So there we go. Brett liked it a smidge more than Zay, but Zay will always be the one that Toby and I believed in because of their text. And then the review came out and it was like, wow.
Because my text was trying to cushion the blow.
I felt like Lincoln at the theater.
Well,
I guess
yeah,
that's that.
that's that.
Yeah,
I
that
like
it
Cynthia
is.
and Ariana. Great performances. I love what they're doing.
Yeah.
Their chemistry is so undeniable.
Best song in this one. Go.
Wonderful.
For good.
Gasp. I wouldn't have said either of those.
I
Well,
don't know. I actually don't even know if it's wonderful
What
so
if
much
I-
as I just enjoyed that scene.
what if
That
I
is a good
said
scene.
the original Ariana song?
That
Girl in the Bubble?
You would make Toby happy. I mean,
Oh. I didn't dislike that song. I just knew people were like complaining about it.
it's time for her bubble to pop.
All right.
I have a story though. Okay.
Okay.
So like we stayed till the very end of the credits because my friends were very emotional and whatever. They had to sit, right? And then spoiler alert, this movie's been out. I think people have seen it. It's done, right? So like at the end of it, Elphaba is, can I say it? Yeah, probably, right?
It's pretty faithful to the musical too, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. So
yeah.
she's alive, right? So the old couple in front of us, my friend was like, "I'm so sorry if I was too loud crying," and they're like, "Well, she dies in The Wizard of Oz. Haven't you ever seen that?"
Amazing.
That's
And my friend is like, "I know that, but I did not realize that she's alive in this." And they're like, "Oh, I don't think she is in the Broadway play. We went to see it in London. Honey, does she die in it? I don't remember." And I'm like, "You fake fucking fans."
Oh my God.
Like, it is yeah. That was just, she
funny.
dies in The Wizard of Oz. Like, damn.
We're not quite as emotionally attached to her in that, but
Right. Anyway,
Oh.
that's my number 4.
All right. Well, on a completely different note, my number 4 is a movie called April. It is from the country, Georgia. The movie begins with you watching a woman give birth, like an actual birth, like it's unsimulated. So that
Ooh.
puts you in the
You can see an unsimulated birth in season 1 of The Pit, just FYI.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
I learned a lot of anatomy from season 1.
Well, April is, like I said, from the country, Georgia, about this OBGYN. She is being accused of killing someone's baby. Well, she keeps insisting that, she did everything she could to keep this baby alive. There were other circumstances regarding the parents, as to why that baby was maybe not going to live. However, she also goes out into like very rural areas and performs abortions for people safely so that they can have them, like she goes to like, sexual assault cases, takes care of them, etcetera. But now it's become very dangerous for her to do these because she is under investigation by the hospital she works for. Um, that's honestly the plot. It's a very slow moving movie. It's just very, like, cold and, like, mm, very, like, contemplative, but also just, like, it makes you sit in the moments of, like, especially, like, her performing the abortion on this one person in the movie, and it's just, like, very, like, meditative, I suppose, of just, like, understanding the situation that everyone is in, and it's just very, like, I don't know. I haven't seen it since, like, earlier this year. I don't remember what month I saw it in, it was not April. I wanna
You
say
saw it in
April.
May.
Oh, thank you, it was May. Um, but there's also, like, very surrealist things that pop in there as well. I don't know, it was like after I watched it, I was like, "This is, like, your, like, stereotypical art house." Like, you go to an art house to see this, and you're like, "What the hell did I just watch?" But I don't know, it overtook me. It felt very powerful and very timely.
As much as we have, like, 2 independent theaters, I honestly would not call them art house theaters.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think I would either.
Like, more power to the bigger of the 2, but it's not an art house theater because it does not show these types of movies.
We have one that does call themselves, like, art house, like, it's in their name. They don't I don't know why they still keep that name because once they started showing the blockbusters, it was over. But even so, I don't think
Hmm.
they would sometimes show movies like this, but yeah.
Yeah, this sounds really good. I had not heard of it at all. I see Luca Guadagnino is a producer too, which is cool.
Yes.
So,
His name popped up and I was like, "Oh."
okay. Top three. So, my number three is Sentimental Value from Joachim Trier. Uh, so, The Worst Person in the World 2021 is still my favorite movie of the 2020s. It is like so good. So I have been looking forward to this movie for a while. Once it was announced that Trier was directing another movie with Renata Reinsve and Anders Danielson Lee, and throw in, Stellan Skarsgård and Elle Fanning, I was like, oh, one of my most anticipated of the year for sure. And for me, it did not disappoint. Um, this is the story of a family in Norway. Stellan Skarsgård is he's the father, and Renata Reinsve and Inga Ibsdottir Lilius is her name, is the other sister. They have a fractured relationship. Their parents divorced when they were young, and their father went away to make his films. And they're a little bit estranged as a result of that. And so he comes back into their lives after their mother dies. And a lot of it is specifically about him and Renata Reinsve's character. She is a stage actress, and he has written a play that is actually, he says, is based on his mother, but he is adamant that she should be in the lead role, and he wants her to be in it. But she wants nothing to do with him. She doesn't want to work with him. They don't have a good relationship, so she says no. And so he goes to Elle Fanning, who plays this like big Hollywood star, and gets funding from Netflix, which is a very funny little detail thrown into this movie, because he hates working with Netflix. It's just very funny. But the film from there is basically about how this idea and him re-entering their lives, how they proceed with that. Um, Lilius's character is much more into the idea. She doesn't forgive him by any means, but she's more willing to go there and have him be a part of her young son's life. Whereas Renata Reinsve's character is, very not into it. And I found this movie very emotional. The things that the characters say and experience really worked for me. We come to find that Reinsve's character has had some incidents and some mental health issues that have kind of explained where she is today. And the relationship between the sisters is really touching. And because they're trying to figure this out together as well. They have some great moments together. But another thing that I really like is that although Rinsve and Skarsgård are... Is Cola Skull in this movie and I just missed it or something?
I'm showing Zay something. Keep going.
Okay. But Rinsve and Skarsgård's characters, although they don't get along, you can tell just through certain dialogue and certain looks that they're pretty similar. In some ways, they do get each other. There's a moment where Skarsgård gives his grandson like The Piano Teacher and Irreversible for his birthday on DVD.
That's such
and
a
it's
good
very
movie
funny.
too.
And the mom, Lilius's character, is like, "What the fuck are you doing?" But you look at Rinsve and she has a smirk on her face. Like, she thinks it's funny too. So there's things like that. They're just little moments of the films that really work for me. And it really has this really good idea of how sometimes the people that should know us best, we still really struggle to communicate with them sometimes. And in Skarsgård's case, his character is just really incapable of communicating except through his art and his work. And Rinsve's character, it doesn't always work for her, but at times she has to confront that and realize that that's just the way it is. And so, yeah, I really need to deep dive more of Trier's work because his work in this and The Worst Person in the World, I think, is just tremendous. Rinsve is just, she's great in literally everything I've seen her in, this included. And yeah, this is overall one of the best ensembles of the year for sure. So loved this movie.
I still haven't seen that Oslo movie, but that
I haven't either.
horror movie he did called Thelma, I really like. It's kind of like if Carrie was really gay. I mean,
Nice.
Carrie's already kind of gay, but
You had acid reflux watching this
oh
movie.
my lord. Until you live with acid reflux like I do, you don't understand.
Oh, honey, honey, I wake up at night trying to vomit out the acid reflux because it hurts so much.
Well, then you understand.
I'm sad that I thought this movie was just okay because I was so looking forward to it, but I was like, all right, there it is.
This is another one you saw the screener of, right?
Yeah. That's it.
I liked it. It's in the upper echelon of the year for me. Not quite top 20, but it's up there. Yeah, I don't know. I got parent issues. I understand. I got there. I think Christian made me realize it was like a 4DX experience because I got acid reflux from my father. So
See, I think too the other thing is like Toby and I were going into it thinking, oh, this is gonna be like Worst Person. We have such high hopes for it, and then it didn't hit as the like Worst Person did, and it's like, oh, dang.
I mean, maybe if you rewatch it, you'll have different expectations.
Maybe. If it gets a Best Picture nomination, we always do a rewatch. So
yeah, and I understand that because I went in with very high expectations because of Worst Person as well, but like I was also like, I pride myself that this is not going to be as good as Worst Person because no other film in this decade, for me personally, has been that good. So that probably helped in my case.
My turn?
Yes.
It is.
My number 3 is, I cannot believe this made the list so high. It is Superman. It is James Gunn's new, my God, we have another one, a Superman. I think David Cornsweet, did I say his name? Yeah. Is the best Superman there ever was. I'm sorry. Like, Christopher Reeve, R.I.P. But, like, yeah, this movie did it for me. Like, I was so fucking shocked at how good it was. I went into this thinking, oh my God, it's another fucking Superman movie. And came out of it like, I love this. I need to see it again. And I did see it again. And it's like one of the only few movies. No, it is the only movie from 2025 that I got for Christmas because I really wanted it. But yeah, I mean, it's Superman trying to save Metropolis. There's the plot. Nicholas Hoult is Lex Luthor. He's great in it. Rachel Brosnahan is Lois Lane. She's Lois Lane.
She's the best Lois Lane we've had in a long time.
Zay said Amy Adams found dead.
It's not her fault. Exactly, but nothing was doing her any favors.
I think that this also I think it helps that James Gunn made this because I'm such a fan of, like, the Guardians movies. Those are the unexpected fun movies of Marvel, and then he left Marvel to make this, um, and it's fun. Like, I can't say that I trust him on what's to come with these because I don't care about superhero franchises, but, like, this is a great stepping stone into whatever world he's gonna give us. Yeah. Just a very surprising movie that hit me very, very much in the feels. Like, I never knew I could love a superhero movie again.
You sound like you were hurt by one.
Captain America,
Uh,
the whatever it's called, Brave New Soul. No,
I
it's
love
not
this
that.
too.
It's just more so the superhero fatigue that's been
that's fair.
happening.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
It did feel like this pumped some energy into the genre. And it's just so I James Gunn understands what Superman should be. Superman should be a positive, fun to watch individual. And when you texted me, because you saw this before I did, and you told me like Corn Sweat is the best Superman, I was like, come on now, like Christopher Reeve. I saw it and I was like, oh shit, he's right. Like this guy rules, and this movie rules, and Crypto is awesome, and it's a really fun
Crypto.
movie. It's a top 25 for me this year, which I did not
Same.
expect either.
No, this is definitely, yeah, top 25. I'm a DC fan girly, um, but, I can only defend the movies so far without being like, yeah, I can't defend them. But, I mean, I have my favorites. I have Birds of Prey and The Suicide Squad, also James Gunn. But again, it's like the poppy, fun, let's have excitement and color, not whatever the fuck Snyder was doing. Sorry to
Yeah.
lose our Snyder fans. Um, but yeah, it was just like, okay, we come to the cinema to have fun. Thank God.
Yeah.
This is like the best looking superhero movie in a long time.
That too.
Like Marvel or DC.
That's another thing about that Captain America movie. It looked like shit.
Yeah, it was
Ooh.
bad.
I will say Spider-Verse excluded since that is
Well,
animated,
sure.
and that's on a totally different wavelength.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. I need to rewatch it. I've been wanting to. All right. My number 3 is a movie that came out all the way out in March, so I haven't seen it in a minute. But I really loved it. I want to get her name right.
Oh, that means it's not on our list.
Oh, shut up. We're at the top 3 at this point. How do I say her name? Rungano Nyoni. A
Oh, I know what
filmmaker.
it is.
Yeah, she made On Becoming a Guinea Fowl,
Yeah.
and I was
Oh,
really,
yeah.
really looking forward to this movie because I loved her 2017 film, I Am Not a Witch. She is a Zambian Welsh director. This movie is British, but, she is she, just like Ava Victor, has a very particular script language. She is also very apt at combining the tragedy and the trauma with weird offset humor. And On Becoming a Guinea Fowl is very that, because the movie literally starts with her dressed up like Missy Elliott and like the big puffy, like she came from a Halloween party dressed like Missy Elliott in a big puffy, like the trash bag looking. I can't remember which music video that was. Um, But suddenly she stops her car because she notices her uncle is dead in the street. And it also takes a because then her cousin drives by and is like, "Oh, is that her uncle?" And, like, it's so blasé, they're just like, "Well, he's dead." And it's just like, "Well, what is the story here?" And then it just goes down into, like, basically talking about the funeral proceedings, like, the extravagant funeral, traditions and, like, Um, basically the show they put on for as a funeral, and the whole time, the main character is just like, "This was a bad guy. Why are we pretending to, like, do all this work for a person who lived his entire life as a bad person? And it, like, gets deeper into more, like, worse things, delves deeper into, like, things from her childhood, etcetera. Um, and then we find out that he had a wife, but the wife he married when she was 14 years old. And basically it then turns into all of her family is being really awful towards this new wife as if she had any real say in things. And so basically the whole thing is just like coming to terms with like the community that her family has been able to uphold, but also being like, you are being held by such strict patriarchal like systems that you're like waving off as tradition just for the sake of family. When really, if we actually said something, we could actually stop stuff from this happening. So yeah, and that's just like there's like so many layers to it. It was like basically unraveling as the narrative goes on, and it's so good.
Yeah, this is a really cool movie. I really like Elizabeth Chisella, who plays the main character's cousin in the movie.
Yes.
Really great performance. She shows up in the movie and like she comes off as a party animal and like a
Mm,
carefree person, and then like it's just slowly revealed that oh no, she is dealing with some shit, and that performance really stuck with me. But yeah, I really like the movie too, and I think it's kind of cool how it has a balance of there's very specific cultural norms presented in the movie, but there's also a universality to it too.
mhm.
I have not seen it.
It's good
Brett,
stuff.
number 2.
All right, so one thing I like when putting together these lists and like watching movies throughout a year is every now and then, late in the year, I come across something that I was not expecting and was not familiar with until it's like out. And Christian helped me with this one this year.
Oh,
It
yes. Yeah,
is
yeah.
Rebuilding.
Which
Uh,
barely missed it for me.
Dang. Um, Another Josh O'Connor film from this year, who just had like I said, a terrific year. This one's directed by Max Walker Silverman, who did a few movies, a movie a few years ago called A Love Song with Dale Dickey and Wes Studi, that is also really good and worth checking out. But this one, Josh O'Connor plays a rancher named Dusty, and he is living in a FEMA camp because a wildfire has taken his ranch in Colorado. And so he gets to kind of experience the community of this camp. He's a very quiet, shy person, but he comes to interact with the people there. The most notable is, let me find the character's name, Mila, who's played by Kaylee Rice, who is not a big actor by any means, but has shown up in some stuff that I've seen. I really like her as an actor. But at the same time, he is also kind of mending things with his ex-wife and his daughter, who are played respectively by Megan Fahey and a young actress named Lily Latore, who is phenomenal in this movie. Great, great child performance. Um, so a lot of the movie is him kind of getting into this community, but also coming to terms with what has happened. It's obviously a devastating wildfire. It's left a number of people without homes, taken a lot of land that is going to take a lot of time to recover. And it's him both trying to come to terms with that while also becoming a more present figure with his family. And it's not one of those things where like he has done something to distance his family. We just kind of get the sense that he hasn't fully been there. And this is an opportunity to become the father and the ex-husband, because they still have a relationship, that he wants to be. Um, there are multiple moments in this movie that made me just feel things more than any other movie I've seen this year. One that really stuck to me, there's a scene where they are all people in the camp are sitting around after having a meal, and they're going around and talking about something that they miss the most that they lost in the fire, or something that they think about a lot. And he has this just extremely profound monologue where he says, what I really struggle with is the things that I don't remember that I lost in the fire. the little things in life that would come up here and there, little objects that would remind me of things that I'm never going to see again and I might not think about. And that really hit me really hard. And this movie has a lot of scenes like that where they're having conversations like that. We talked about weapons and how great Amy Madigan is in that. She is also in this movie, and she is fantastic in this movie as well.
Here, here.
And she has some really emotional moments too. But the ending of this movie could be seen by some maybe as overly sentimental, and I understand that, but I think it comes about in a really natural way. And I think it really understands the themes of community that come about. And I think that what the lead character ultimately decides to do is something that makes sense. I think that's something that the narrative leads us to. So it didn't bother me so much. And yeah, this is a really, really awesome discovery for me this year. It's the type of movie that I love. Zay, you messaged me about other movies like this, like The Writer and A Love Song and whatnot. And I feel like Max Walker Silverman is just the type of person who makes those type of movies. So I really can't wait to see what he does next. Nomadland, yes, absolutely.
Sort
This
of.
is
It's a-
Nomad. This to me is Nomadland's cousin.
That's fair. The genre I was specifically was like sad cowboy.
Yeah, yeah,
The Brett story.
Yeah.
yeah. But I did not expect Josh O'Connor to like so easily become a cowboy character. It is
Mhm.
one of the great surprises of the year for me.
I'm so happy this is his year. Like, I love that man.
He's great.
I
I
found
like
him
this.
first. Mine.
Okay. I when did you find him?
When did you find him?
God's Own Country.
Same.
Okay, well, who saw it first?
I watched The Crown, his Emmy Award-winning show.
Yeah, I've never seen The Crown. Could not pay me to watch The Crown.
Yes, I guess I could.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, I really like this movie. It's a top 20 for me. Did not make it, but really enjoyed it. And it was like a movie we only had for a week at Can, and everyone I was like, "You gotta see this. You guys gotta see this."
Yeah, I got the screening and I was like, Brett, you must see this. It expires soon. Not expecting to like it, but it's like, okay, again, with me, I have such weird taste because it's a slow, quiet movie. But honestly, for me, the more I'm noticing the more quiet it is, the more I like it.
Mm.
You know, in this case, like it very much gave me Nomadland vibes, to which the point I think I liked it because I like Nomadland a lot. I keep looking that way because there's Nomadland. But yeah, good movie.
Great discovery.
Well, my number 2 is one that I think we've only used the phrase twice tonight. It's Sinners.
Oh,
Yeah, which is also
yep.
Brett's number what? What was it?
5.
Zay not Zay is on Variety's side with this movie,
Top
evidently.
20, top 20.
Does box office really matter? I mean, what can you say about Sinners except, again, a surprising movie. I went into it just thinking vampires, but there's so much more than just vampires to that. I mean, directed by Ryan Coogler, two twins, both played by Michael B. Jordan. They set up their own juke joint in the South in like the 20s? Is it the 20s?
20s or 30s maybe, because they
One of
came
the
back
two.
from they're in Al Capone's gang, so
Probably the 20s. So
probably
20s,
20s,
30s.
yeah.
But they invest in this along with their cousin, who's played fabulously by Miles Catton. He just won a Critics' Choice Award for Best Young Actor. Well deserved. Should be more in talk for Oscars. So hopefully that. And yeah, they open this up and shit starts happening because Jack O'Connell shows up, and Jack O'Connell is a vampire and he starts turning everybody, and it's a fight for survival. But they also just don't have the vampires they have to worry about. They have to worry about the KKK because we're in the South at the time of Jim Crow, and there's a lot of shit going on. And it's a very intense movie. It is a very fabulous movie at that too. Like, I loved it. We went to see it in IMAX, and our IMAX here is not like your traditional. It's as basic as you can get, but just like being in a packed audience, like incredible. The woman in front of me, she was vaping the entire time and having her no, it was a weed pen. She and I were
Oh.
having a great time. Like, more power to her, but she made that movie enjoyable for me. Yeah, no, I really love Sinners. And my dad yesterday, I feel so bad because he doesn't have HBO, and I gotta find him a way to watch this because he's like, "I wanna watch that movie again." And I'm like, "I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out."
I got to see this in 70 millimeter IMAX.
Oh.
I have no why does Indiana
Mm,
have 70 millimeter?
I don't know. We have, like, a legit IMAX, like, it's only IMAX theater.
Like, when I see, like, the Odyssey stuff pop up, it's like, "Coming soon t in 70 millimeter IMAX to these theaters," and there's one is fucking Indiana.
It's a the they, like, literally, they put up the ticket sales, and they're already sold out. Like, even before trailers were put out, they were sold out for, like, their
Damn.
first. So it's gonna be an Oppenheimer situation. Everyone's gonna have seen it, and I'm just, like, waiting for me to get into the fucking door.
Yeah, this was my number 5. One of the few movies I've seen twice this year. I don't rewatch a ton of movies, but I saw this in theaters, and Haley didn't see it with me, and I was like, because it did come to HBO Max, she loved it as well. Um, but yeah, that when I talked about Minecraft movie and how that made me so concerned about the future of movies, this is the flip side. This is like what blockbuster filmmaking can be at its height. And, it's like Jordan Peele and Ryan Coogler and Greta Gerwig are like the type of directors who can do that, who can make a big box office spectacle and get people really into it, and also have it be really well made and have ideas and cool themes. And like you mentioned, Christian, I went in expecting this to be a really cool vampire movie, and it was, but there is so much movie before that that is not only just as great, but I would say even better. I think that the movie has just really great buildup to what becomes the big set piece at the end. As we get to, we get introduced to all these characters.
And
They all,
this is a rare case for me where I'm not looking at my watch saying like, "Okay,
yeah,
when's the vampire stuff starting?" Because I'm interested in these people and this world.
yeah, they're all interesting. They're all distinguishable. They all have a past. I think one of the interesting things about Smoke and Stack is there's a lot we don't know about them, and there's some stuff there that it sounds like isn't good, um, which is really cool for like that type of hero in a movie like this. But that Miles Caton scene, the "I lied to you" scene, best scene of the year. It's just amazing to see something like that in a movie like this, where a lot of people are going to get exposed to it, and it's kind of different and a little bit experimental. Um, but Delroy Lindo too. Someone nominate that man and give him his flowers.
Mhm.
I
Jesus.
He got to accept on behalf of the cast at Critics'
Oh,
Choice.
thank God.
nice.
Yeah, because it went to casting agent, casting director, and cast. So she spoke and then he spoke.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's tremendous. He's so great in this movie. I think he's probably my favorite performance in the movie, which is full of great performances. But
I also want to shout out to Wanumi, Wanumi Mosaku,
Mm.
who plays Annie
yeah,
in this. Like the main female lead. Honestly, I know Haley Steinfeld's in it, but to me, yeah, she's the main female lead. She is fucking fabulous in this movie.
yeah,
Like
she's great.
just from her introduction alone and knowing who she is again with the world building and the character building of like she has a background with one of the brothers and then just how powerful she gets when the vampires start doing their thing. Like, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I really like it. I feel like so much of the conversation initially, I guess it's how you sell the movie. It's a vampire movie. But at the end of the day, I'm like, it's a movie with vampires in it, more so, I think.
hmm
Because I'm like, it's such a music movie. It's like, I feel like music is on its mind first and foremost. And like, culturally, what is music for these people? And and then vampirism is just like a very explicit metaphor. Um, but yeah, like you said, that scene is just, like, transcendent. Like, literally watching that scene in 70 millimeter IMAX, I'm like,
Ugh.
"I've died and gone to heaven. Holy shit." That's cinema.
Even watching it in our generic IMAX was impressive because it goes full screen.
Mhm.
Um, and I honestly do not think that there's a difference in the screen size, but in this particular theater, when it goes full screen at the IMAX, to me, it makes it feel bigger than it is.
I could
So
see
I
that.
Yeah.
was like, wow, this is something. Yeah.
And the whole movie looks like $1,000,000. I mean,
Mhm.
and it was so cool to see like Ryan Coogler go and make that like 10-minute video that circulated on Twitter where he was talking about all the different film formats. Like, so cool. There's just so much cool stuff happening around this movie.
Also stay for there's a post credit and there's a mid credit because they're
Mhm.
important scenes too. They're not
Yes.
like, the sinners will be back in Avengers Doomsday. Like they're very important scenes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Alrighty. What a good year for film. My number 2
Yes.
is a film that was in my top 20, and then I rewatched it, and it shot up to number 2.
Wicked for Good.
Yep. I
No,
what
it's
a
Ella
surprise.
McKay.
Oh my I never saw
Oh, yay.
I didn't even see Ella McKay. I was like I said, I had a busy December, and that was, like, right then, and I was like, "Do I watch it out of curiosity?" I had no time. Um, blank checked an episode and everything, and I was like, "You know what? Just spoil the whole thing for me." Um, anyway, no, the movie is something Brett mentioned as a movie he has not watched. Begon's, Resurrection.
Oh.
Began?
Didn't you just rewatched this the other day, didn't you?
Yes. Because I had a screener of it. I watched on my laptop, and I was like, "I am not doing this film justice whatsoever." So I rewatched it, it's at Can right now. It's doing really fucking well. I don't know what advertising went into it outside of us because, we only have so much power, but a lot of people have been coming to see it. Um, but it is a Chinese film from this guy got a lot of support because it's literally the first, like, 90 seconds are just, like, film companies that's back to this project. Um, but what is it? David Elric, like, Ehrlich? David Ehrlich? That's how you pronounce it.
Ehrlich.
Yeah. He said it's like it feels like cinema at its infancy, but also it feels like someone's, like, last movie they make. And this guy's, like, not even that old. Um, but it does feel like he's lived lifetimes upon lifetimes, and he's like, "I have to tell my last stories in this film before I go." Which I love. I love that mentality of, like, "If this could be the last film I ever make, let me make it as much film as I possibly can." It opens up, it's very stylistic, it's very, like, silent film, like, it's one of the best, like, trying to make your film look like silent film I've ever seen. And that is kind of like the, uh, wraparound narrative, and it's basically this woman talking about meeting, what does she call him? Nope, never mind, it's not gonna anyway, basically, it's a man who's been, like, using art his entire life, and he's, like, given up his soul in order to make the art so it would last forever. It's very metaphor heavy, but I like that shit sometimes. Um, but basically, then we are introduced to 4 different stories. One is about, murder, one about, um okay, technically, the other one is also about murder, but it's more like, mm, it's just oh, shit. It's a lot of movie, hold on. My brain is dying. It's getting late, folks.
We've been podcasting for a while.
Yeah. But basically, he was trying to do, like, sensory, like, what do we go for cinema for sense to get our senses, like, reinvigorated? And the first story is about mostly sound, the second story is about taste, the third story, that one is smell, and it's about, like, this guy, like, adopts a kid who he convinces to become, like, a gambler, um, yeah, and then the fourth story that's, like, vampires, um, Yeah. And each one takes place in, like, different time periods, and they all have very similar style, but they also, like, are their own. So it's kind of an anthology of sorts, um, but, all the same filmmaker, and it's just basically like, "Isn't it great we get to just make movies? Isn't it great we just get to watch movies?" And I'm like, "You're fucking right, I love this shit."
I think that's Nicole Kidman's new thing at AMC saying all that. She's a free woman now.
But yeah, I don't know, it's just very stylistic, it's very maximalist, but also minimalist at the same like, it's so much movie put
Mm.
in, but it also, like, it takes its time, and I wanna watch his other films now. He had a famous one, his last movie, like, The Long Journey into the Night. Yeah,
Yeah, Long Day's Journey into Night. Yeah, I didn't catch that one either, but yeah, I'm really excited to see this one. It's one of those where I've seen stills from the movie, and it's just like, oh hell yeah, like it just looks stunning. So I'm really excited.
absolutely.
I like that you tag movies now with things like the magic of movies, which is B&B Theaters' little catchphrase.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Local around. They hand you the popcorn. They're like, enjoy the magic of the movies.
That's
Oh, do they really?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I'm like, one ticket to whatever, because we do have the Fathom events there. And then I'm like, I'll take the large popcorn, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, do you have the thing? And I was like, yeah, pay. All right, enjoy the magic of the movies. I'm like, thanks.
Wow. Is it time for number one?
Number
Yeah.
1, and I think you guys have the same number 1.
Yeah, we do. Christian, do you want to introduce it or do you want me to?
I'll do it. I have a better story.
Go for it.
Okay. As we know, Leonardo DiCaprio is not my cup of tea. He's fine, okay? So, going into One Battle After Another, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, I'm like, let's just see this because, we're going to have to. It's going to be the big movie of the year, whatever. And sure enough, it is. Um, Sitting through this movie, like 2.5 hours of it, I sat through it in the Dolby, and I thought at the end of it, holy fucking shit, what did I just see? I loved it, which is so surprising because everybody thought I wouldn't love it. Everybody being Brett, right? And Toby too, because I think he's kind of surprised that it's my number one.
And
Um,
yourself.
and myself, yes. No, this movie is like it's so good. The first 20 minutes is something unreal, honestly. Like it goes, it goes, it goes, it goes. Leonardo and oh my god, see it is late, my mind. Miss Taylor. Tayana.
Tiana Taylor.
Tayana. I wanted to say her name right. Again, late. She had a good year. We're going to talk about one in honorable mentions that I honestly think she should be nominated for instead of this. But yes, so they're both really the main focus of the first 20-30 minutes of the movie. And like I said, that first part just goes, goes, goes. Sean Penn is involved in the villain. Honestly, I love me a good villain in a movie, and he's up there with like that streak that we had of Javier Bardem in No Country, to Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight, to Christoph Waltz in Inglourious Bastards. Like that three-peat of villains. Like he's up there. And then we're introduced into a flash forward where we get Chase Infinity, who is a star in the making. And she is just phenomenal in this. And I think I got goosebumps when Regina Hall's character comes back into the play. And then Benicio del Toro is giving us like some of his best work in years. Like Leonardo is giving us some of his best work in years, which is crazy because I loved him in this. Like, he is my best actor winner of the year. Sean Penn is my best supporting actor winner of the year. Chase Infinity is my actress of the year. Like, just this entire movie is wild and heartfelt, a father-daughter story at the heart of it. Like, this is gonna go in rotation for Father's Day movies to watch for me, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I cannot believe that there is a Paul Thomas Anderson movie, um, in the year of our Lord, 2025-26, that I'm absolutely in love with. Like, I've been iffy with him lately, because Licorice Pizza's fine. Phantom Thread, ugh, Phantom Bore. Like, he hasn't made a movie for me that hit since, I don't know. The Master's fine, but, There Will Be Blood probably. That's 2007. Okay? I was a kid. I didn't know what was happening. I mean, it took my breath away. The whole car chase scene with the hills. Like, I envy people who got to see this in IMAX. I know that Sinners too, but, like, I would have loved to have seen this just for the hill scene alone. Um, and it is one, like, I could understand why I went to see Jurassic World and Superman twice in theaters because I saw with people who were like, didn't see it when I saw it the first time. This was literally just hey, let's go see this again just because. And we went to go see it again just because. And it was in a much smaller theater, but it was still busy as hell. And it's just another good experience. And I cannot wait to rewatch this in a few weeks for Oscar season. So yeah, my number one, everybody too thought it was probably going to be Wicked. It is one battle after another.
Yeah, when I first saw this in the theater, um, I wrote this in my review. It was just really cool to have that feeling of that you're watching a movie that is not just completely exhilarating and at times challenging and just damn fucking good from start to finish, but that feels really significant. Like I don't want to use the word. I don't think it's groundbreaking, but it's like I will remember where I was when one battle after another came out. It's kind of one of those things. And to put it number one, it's like, oh, well, it's everybody. So many people have this as number one of the year. And it's like, it feels similar to something like Parasite or The Social Network, where it's like everybody's saying it's a masterpiece. Not everybody, but lots of people are saying it's a masterpiece. And I have no issue agreeing with them. I have no qualms about saying this is undoubtedly my number one of the year. Like, I love the other films on my list, but it's been clear since I saw it. I went to see it a second time just because I wanted to, and I really wanted to go see it a third. And I was trying, once again, Haley does not like seeing long movies in the theater, and she saw this 2 hours, 45 minutes, and I was like, trust me, and it just didn't work out. We didn't have time to go when it was still here, but um, I think we're planning to watch it sometime this week, and I am so excited to watch this for the third time. It has that rewatchable quality. Christian, like you said, the cast is the best cast of the year. And this is a year with some stunning casts. Sinners, Sentimental Value, so many rebuilding, so many casts that I love. This tops them all. That big car chase scene, I felt it in my stomach the first time I watched it when you're going along with those hills. And it's in some ways it's so simple, but it's just almost also genius, like to shoot it like that. And you really feel like you're there. And the second time I saw it, I felt everything that I felt the first time, but I also felt a lot more emotional too. Having been with the characters once before, seeing Perfidia Beverly Hills, who is a very complex character. And I know there's some writing about it. There's been some critiques of that character, which I don't even necessarily disagree with, but we see so many characters like Marty Mauser or De Niro and Raging Bull, these white male characters who are very flawed and very complicated. It's cool to see that here with Tiana Taylor, who is also very flawed and very complicated and does some things that you might not agree with. And that's just like the first 30 minutes of the movie. I could go on and on. Benicio del Toro is maybe one of the coolest movie characters of all time. And the way he goes about it just seems so flawless and effortless, even though we know it's not. But
The best line read of the season with, "What time is it?" And he's like, "It's 8:15."
or I've had a few small beers. Like, oh my God. Great stuff. Great
There's
stuff.
literally
But
never, this movie is like we said, it's so long, but there's never a point to where I told myself I need to go to the bathroom because I felt like if I left, I was going to miss something fun. Not something important, but something fun. Because this is
yes.
literally, this is a road trip rescue operation movie in like the wackiest way possible, but with some meaning behind it too, like you keep saying.
Yes. Yeah. And you could spend all day going into the themes and the politics of it and how much it means. But and that's all important. And I don't want to dismiss that. But at the end of the day, it's just an elite viewing experience. At the ends when I don't want to reveal it, but like that last needle drop and like seeing where we come with the characters definitely like welled up a little bit the second time I saw it, just because that's how much they mean to me. And I really like to, just kind of as a closing thought, that what you said about Leonardo DiCaprio, some of his best work in years, completely agree. He's fantastic. I really like the decision to not make him a hero. That guy does almost nothing right in this movie. And he's kind of bumbling. The only thing he does right is that he doesn't give up on his daughter. And that's good stuff. And there's a scene where he's talking about her and he's like, her mom is gone and I have this daughter who is a teenager and she's biracial. And he's telling Benicio del Toro, I can't even do her hair, man. And that's PTA. That's PTA, having biracial daughters, knowing that I read a piece where Maya Rudolph said at one point that her mom died at a young age and her dad couldn't do her hair. And above all else, this is a really, really personal movie for PTA, and I think that comes through really clearly.
Maya Rudolph, of course, not randomly just name dropping, but she and PTA are together.
Yes, they've been married for a long time. Sorry.
They're not married. They're just together.
Oh, they're not married? Oh.
No. He even made that point to Spielberg. Some of us listened to the podcast him and Spielberg did together.
I did, and I completely forgot about that point. So,
and then there's Zay, who we begged to go see this on 70mm.
And I was busy. They only showed it for 2 weeks because they had to fucking show Tron Ares afterward.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I was busy those 2 weeks and I couldn't. But I eventually did see it. I really do think the IMAX experience probably would have been much better, but I liked it. I'm not nearly as passionate as you guys are about it. So, I don't know. And now I'm really regretting that I am going last because
It's like the best picture marathon, the 24-hour one Toby and I went to that one time, where it's like it went Parasite and then Jojo Rabbit.
Oh my.
Oh.
Because everybody was like, whoa, at 2 a.m. too, and then Jojo Rabbit.
Oh, Jojo Rabbit at 2 a.m.? Oof.
Yes.
Oof. Okay, so this is what I'm about to make. I'm just like, this is like peak. I sound like a pretentious piece of shit now.
Yes.
Because my number one film of the year is 9.5 hours of cinema. It is called Castration Movie Anthology, Part 1 and 2. Because I did not realize until just recently that Part 1 is technically a 2025 film. I thought I just watched it this past year, but no, it was not really available until 2025. So I'm just going to talk about both of them. It's Part 1, Traps, and Part 2, The Best of Both Worlds. These are films by writer-director Louise Weird. She is a trans woman, and she is making very different cinema. It's very stream of consciousness. Like, people just keep talking and talking and talking, and you're like 20 minutes into this conversation. You're like, wait, what the fuck are we talking about? But it's like mesmerizing. Like, it's something that my broken brain very much appreciates in just like giving me something. It's just, I've been describing it as like anti-cinema because it's like, if you showed this to people, they'd be like, this is not a movie. This is just people talking. And then like the scene will change and it's like they're talking in a different location. To the point that the first part doesn't really have a plot. It's mostly just a trans woman having issues. Like, the movies revolve around trans women having very specific issues dealing with the community and just, like, themselves. That's, like, a very personal thing, very, like, I don't know, and then the second part is what I really liked. I liked part 2 a lot more. It goes to, like, nightmare David Lynchian, like, there's this trans woman who is part of a feminizing cult. Like, it's a cult of trans women who are just, like, really fucking toxic, and, like, she finally escapes from them, but when they, like, grab her again, it just turns into a nightmare, and I don't know, it's just very interesting filmmaking, and I just am excited for part 3 that comes out this summer. Who knows how long that'll be. But, yeah, it's just one of those things that, like, if you hear about it, you're like, "That sounds vastly interesting. I will sit for 9 hours with all of this," and it's for you. And if it's not for you, you're probably the vast majority of people.
I
But,
had
yeah.
heard of this. Sorry, I didn't know you
No,
were
I
gonna
was just like, it's like, I don't know, I can't it's very hard to explain why these movies have really imprinted upon me. Just that it just feels like a whole new thing, and I really love how exciting that feels.
Yeah, I had heard of these movies. I will fully admit I was kind of scared off by the run times
Sure.
when I looked them up and stuff. But yeah, I have seen a few people like on social media and like Letterbox that kind of said the same thing. Like this feels really, really unique and different and like transgressive. So one of these days I will devote 9 hours to it and check it out, or however long the
Part 3
third one
gets
is
to.
too. Yeah.
And that's it. After your guys' very passionate talk about one battle after another.
We love it. All right. Quick honorable mentions.
You go first.
Okay. I'm just going to run through some of the films, pretty much my top 25, and then just a couple others that I want to make, put out there. My number 11 was Wake Up Dead Man. I'm pretty sure every single Knives Out movie has been like 11 to 13 on my
Mm,
yearly top 10. And none of them have just cracked the top 10, but another, Josh O'Connor, once again, great.
love those
Begonia
movies.
really, yeah, yeah. I really like this one. The supporting cast isn't as great as the first two, but
That's
I think it
true.
makes
I
up
agree with
for
that.
it. Yeah, I think it makes up for it with like being thematically richer and the O'Connor performance. But I loved it. I know Christian disagrees.
Yup.
Begonia really worked for me. Really, really loved Jesse Plemons and Emma Stone in that movie. I think they're both
I
great.
liked Begonia a lot. It's
It's
no Poor
fine.
Things, but yeah,
Yeah, I really
it's its
liked it.
own thing. I guess I shouldn't, other than Emma Stone, Lanthimos, but
Right. Another surprise this year for me, and not the movie I expected going in, Roofman. Channing Tatum.
Yes.
Really good movie. Really thoughtful
So
movie.
good.
Great Kirsten Dunst performance in that
Kirsten
movie.
Dunst. Like, someone listed that as, like, Kirsten Dunst's performance in Roofman is one of their favorite movies of the year, and I'm like, I think I agree with that one. I liked Roofman. It was a little uneven for me, but the Kirsten Dunst stuff really touched me. I don't know. I just miss her. I want her in movies.
She's great. Always great. A movie that's moved up my list quite a bit. 28 years later, a coming of age movie about a boy and his mother, kind of disguised as a zombie movie. Really, really liked that one.
The sequel comes out in a few weeks from this recording.
Yes, really excited for
Directed
that.
by Nia DaCosta? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a third one already because the second one is supposed to be even better.
That's crazy.
A January release. I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah. But Ray Fiennes and Jodie Comer, I think, are both tremendous in that
Sure.
movie. I really like them both. One that I thought might be on Zay's list, Die My Love.
Yep.
Like I said,
That's my number 11.
yeah, right there. Jennifer Lawrence,
See, I was also
her best
hoping
work.
you would have put it on your top 10, but then whatever.
It was in contention for a while, but yeah, it's her best work, and I am a huge Jennifer Lawrence fan, so that's saying something.
No comment.
You already commented.
This is true. One that was on Christian's list, we talked about Weapons, was right there. I really liked Friendship. I totally get why people don't like Friendship, but I love Tim Robinson. The joke about Afghanistan is the hardest I laughed in a movie this year.
That was a good one. That was my favorite joke.
Surprisingly, I liked Friendship. I just don't like looking at him. That's my only critique of it. Like, I was cringed, but I don't like looking at him.
The thing is, I think he knows that too. I think that's part of his charm.
I will say the funniest thing I've ever seen of him is when he tries to do the thing where he pays for somebody.
Oh, yeah.
That. Because I've seen it on TikTok and I laughed through that.
55 burgers, 55 fries. Yeah. I'm just laughing just thinking about it. Twinless.
Like that.
Dylan O'Brien. Did not expect that from you. He was great.
I love that sex scene.
I really like that movie.
That movie was not what I thought it was going to be, and it took me a second to like readjust.
Yeah, I think we're kind of oversaturated with movies about grief and loneliness, but I thought that tapped into something.
That's for damn sure.
Good there. It worked for me. Movie from earlier this year, Black Bag.
Yes.
Really like that one. Really cool, slick spy movie from Steven Soderbergh. A lot better than his other movie he made this year.
Oh, yeah. I didn't care for that one.
My dad went to go see that. He said it was boring.
As a person that likes a ghost story, I was like, this is like Dollar Tree ghost story. Sorry.
That's fair. So Richard Linklater graced us with 2 movies this year. I thought the better of the 2 was Blue Moon. Ethan Hawke is tremendous in it. It's a little overwrought at times. Linklater didn't actually write it.
I cannot believe I cannot find that movie anywhere, and they never sent me a screener for it.
That's wild.
What am I to do if he's nominated?
I think they showed it like 400 screens at most.
Yeah, it wasn't here for very long, I don't think. But that's actually my top 20. Just a few others I just want to give a little attention to because I thought they were kind of cool and unique. Ephus, the baseball movie.
Brett, I am so surprised this is not in your top 10.
I was waiting for it to be.
It's 21. I really like this movie. It's not 21. One of the best baseball movies out there, but
I watched 21. It. I liked it.
I have not seen it, and I was waiting for you to describe it in a top 10 so I could be influenced to watch it, and I'm not influenced.
I think you might like it.
Yeah, it's like very like mumbly, but like it's a baseball movie, but it's not.
I like mumblecore though.
Yeah, it's basically what it's like. It's just like it's like they're doing their best to make the day last as long as it can because they know after this day they can't do what they love anymore.
It's much less about baseball, a lot more about getting old.
Yeah.
So,
and like all of the it's on Mubi.
I think our library has it. Let me check. Probably also have a screener to it. Oh yeah, I'll place it on hold. Here we go.
Another one, Christian, I really think you'll like this, and Zay, I know you've seen it and liked it as well. Swamp Dogg Gets His Pool Painted. Lovely documentary about a great musical artist named Swamp Dogg. I actually got to see this at a local film festival, and he was there, and he performed afterwards.
You know, Brett never invites me to that local film festival. I just want to point, after all those 3 years that I used to invite him to ours where we got to see like Jackie.
They do not show those movies here.
Oh.
Nothing like that. This is the only one I saw there this year, but y'all mentioned it was just an accident, Superman. Last one I'm going to mention, I'm going to give some love to Eddington. Because the further I get removed from it, the more I appreciate it.
It is January 6th, after all.
It's one of those movies that I'm like, I don't get the hate for it, but I also don't get the love either.
All right, my turn. All right, Rebuilding, which we've already talked about. A movie called The Baltimoreans, which I tried to get Brett to watch for Christmas.
I still miss
Christmas
that
movie. It is very good. It is like, I don't know, it's cute. Zootopia 2, which was surprising because a lot of the Disney sequels are not as good. but I'm going to spoil this because you've had, Zay, I know you'll never watch it, but Brett's had a month plus
Never
to see
say
it.
never.
There's a fucking shining sequence in it.
I do really want to see it.
I was screaming in the theater. I was the only one to understand the reference. It was fun. Selena y los Dinos, a good documentary about Selena. The Lost Bus, which was like the last Apple movie that I watched, and then I got rid of Apple. Very like extreme Matthew McConaughey, America Ferrera on a bus that's burning through the fires. Freakier Friday, a movie that Zay and I fought over recently. I had a good time. So did they? ?
Because you're like, how can a 2.5-star movie get a heart?
The Naked Gun. Oh, fabulous comedy. I think The Naked Gun, I laughed the most in theaters this past year with that. Like, that's some good old-fashioned humor that I like. I wish it was more inappropriate and not politically correct, like ye olden days. Great sex scene with a snowman. That's all I gotta say. I gotta throw in one of the better of the found footage movies I watched, because there ain't many of them, but Don't Peek. Oh, that thing was terrifying. That's like Paranormal Activity at its height, which was, I guess, the first one. To me, there's some really good Paranormal Activities, but Don't Peek was fucking terrifying, and it's on movie. Nona's, which is a Netflix movie, made me very hungry and very heartfelt. Marlee Matlin, not the only one anymore, a documentary about Marlee Matlin. Very interesting of her story and everything, and like her not getting to speak for the Coda Oscars was also very heartbreaking. My Mom Jane, the Mariska Hargitay documentary, made me well up, and I don't even know Jane Wyman, Jane Mansfield that much, other than like The Girl Can't Help It, which we watched, and a documentary about her life. Pee-wee as himself, R.I.P. Pee-wee Herman, Paul Rubens. I was so happy to get the Criterion of Pee-wee's Big Adventure this Christmas. Thank you, Toby. The documentary is so good. It's like 4 hours. Definitely watch it. The common theme here, it's another one. Liza, a truly terrific, absolutely true story, because you get to hear all about Liza's life as told by Liza. God bless her. Her biography comes out this year too. Adolescence, not a movie. It's a TV limited series. I begged both of you to watch it. One of you has the damn time. I know it. Brett's afraid of children. So watch it. It's so good. One of Them Days, which was like the first new movie of last year that we saw. Loved it. Afterwards, we went to go get Church's Chicken because they got Church's Chicken. It's so good. I have not seen it since. I need to see it again. And then finally, Tyler Perry made 4 movies last year. 2 of them I did not watch. One was Medea, terrible. The other one, a goddamn masterpiece, and one that Toby and I personally feel Teyana Taylor should get an Oscar nomination for, and I shit you not. That is not a joke. That is not being facetious. I have her ranked higher in this than in One Battle After Another, but it is
Wild.
Straw. It is Straw, starring her, Taraji P. Henson, Sherry Shepherd. Like, that movie is fucking wild. And the fact that I can understand Brett, but the fact that Zay has not seen it yet. Like, I have been waiting for you to watch it, and just watching reactions of people with what happens in that movie on TikTok the entire month of like June, July. Incredible. Like, we rewatched it with my aunt to see a reaction, and she was shocked. But yeah, Straw. Whew, that is like Tyler Perry's. I'm sorry, that's his masterpiece. And that's saying very little.
I was like, what's the argument here? I put down my phone that has my list. This is a Canadian movie.
Oh, here we go.
It's called Universal Language. It's like mostly like the entire thing, like most of the film is spoken in Farsi. It's like described as somewhere between Tehran and Winnipeg. It's very goofy. It turns into like a weird like mystery movie. A lot of layers. I just liked it a lot. It's also quite funny. And then a Croatian film. Fuck you.
It's called Croatian friends.
It's called Beautiful Evening, Beautiful Day. It was Croatia's submission for the Oscars last year. That got released this year, of course. Just like a very brutal, like anti-gay laws in Croatia at the time. Um, like post-Nazi, uh, Nazis were there. Um, whatever. Very brutal, but very beautiful movie. The Shrouds, David Cronenberg's The Shrouds. Loved it. It was funnier than people gave it credit for. I described it to people as I'm a person that I have to make jokes at funerals in order for me not to get too sad, and I feel like David Cronenberg is the same way.
Do you think I would like it?
Mm, mm.
Okay.
An anime film called The Colors Within, which is basically like this girl's lesbian. It doesn't say she's a lesbian, but she's a lesbian. And she has like synesthesia, and she like sees people's colors, and she like starts a band. It's really cute.
Wait, okay, really fast. Did you see Cynthia Erivo saying that she could do that? And then Jennifer Lawrence was like, okay, what color do you see? And Jennifer Lawrence goes, oh.
I did see that.
Caught by the Tides, which we mentioned earlier from the film Gia Zonke. Oh, fuck. Weapons, Sinners. If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. I really like that movie.
The fact Brett did not bring that up. The movie that Toby now calls If I Had Legs, I'd Kick This Movie Out of This World.
It's number 26 for me, right there.
I loved Rose Byrne in it. I really hope she gets the nomination. I love her.
Yeah.
Rebuilding, number 20. And do I have really... No, because you brought up Swamp Dog, and that was the only other one. Because I technically put on Swamp Dog in my honorable mentions last year, but it got a real release this year, so.
That's right.
I would also like to say No Other Land, which I know is a last year movie, but the United States did not get to see it until this year.
Oh, yeah. True.
Yeah, because we didn't have a distributor, and I got to see it at like one of 2 screenings, and it was sold out. Like, this person that I know from Twitter, they also went at the same time I did, and I was like, where were you? And they're like, we were in the back. Like, the movie started and we walked in. I was like, well, I got up front.
Christian, did you mention Paddington in Peru?
Why are you looking at me? Shouldn't you ask this one?
You gave it 5 stars. I don't know. I was actually
forgot
thinking
about
like
it. It's been so long.
I was surprised that not one of us
Paddington in
mentioned
Peru.
it. It's not as good as the first 2.
No.
It's not. It's cute.
I think it was technically because it's a 2024 film, so maybe that's how you missed it.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's still on my list of my favorites of the year, but it's not in the top 20.
I also saw a bunch of little like Netflix documentaries, like the Poop Cruise will always live with Toby and I. Of why we never want to get on we never want to get on a cruise. Yeah.
Gotta look that up.
Well, that was it. That was our year, 2025.
If you've been with us this long, you're dedicated.
Honestly.
If you've been with us this long, we're gonna give you a walk-on roll. That's our new thing. You get a walk-on roll in the next episode.
There you go. Next episode is you, Christian.
It is. And once again, as a reminder, the movies, which I already watched because I timed them out, and I was hoping both of you would, and you didn't, so you disappointed me again.
Oh my God.
The Apartment and When Harry Met Sally.
Indeed.
Can't wait.
Happy New Year.
Goodbye, everyone.
Yes. Thanks for listening.
Watch some movies.
Adios.
Go out there to the theater.